How long has it been since I've used a Queen song as the stream name? I think I've done it before. I don't know. Engagement challenge. Figure out if I've done this instead of me figuring that out myself. 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is the Biendeo stream today on this fine 28th of, oh gosh, what month is it? April 2025. I hope you're having a wonderful 2 weeks, and we'll have a wonderful week ahead of you. It's the Biendeo stream, yes. Hello Fetty, how's it going? Yeah, no, I've had a wonderful bit of time off. I've sort of lost track of what day of the week it was, and now I'm here suddenly going, oh yeah, it's Monday. Whoa. But yeah, no, I'm feeling decently rested, decently, I guess, how would I put it? Yeah, just, I don't know, refreshed, somewhat sleepy still, but I think that's maybe something I need to get out of and start, like, doing stuff. So how about let's do a stuff right now? Whoop. So here we go. We're playing, you could guess by the stream name and all that stuff. Well, I'm playing Choro Q 2. Penny Races for the PS1. Yes, exactly. So I played the first one almost this time last year. I think a little bit under a year. The first one had a European release. This one onwards, there's no releases outside of Japan. Choro Q 2, 3, wonderful. Most of the other ones until Choro Q HG2 for the PS2, which a lot of people have played. Yes, so I'm playing an English fan translation. This one's done by a guy called MZ. It's the one linked on Retro Achievements as well. So if you're going to play through this game of Retro Achievements, you'll have this wonderful translation. It's actually a pretty neat translation. He's done a good job, and he's watermarked the top right. Very nice. Tasteful, my man. But yeah, no, this game is, to describe it, it's Kino. It's like, it ticks so many of the boxes on how to make the previous game even better. It still has yet to reach the absolute peak that the franchise will get to, but there's a lot of really cool parts about it, and I would love to show it off and encourage you all to play it in some way. May I just say, the music in this game is an absolute vibe as well. It just constantly is doing bangers after bangers. It is still, you know, more of the same as sequel though, so we will definitely see maybe a lot of the same kinds of gameplay and things, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they certainly do not they do not think a lot of things are broke, but let's dive into it. So Choro Q 2, with the fan translation. I've done a little bit of a playthrough already, but we'll dive straight into it. So, the game is very much the same game in some ways. You've got the wonderful 90s scrolling background, and we've got a various selection of cars to choose from. I'm going to choose this one because it's yellow. Speaking of translation, someone... Twilight Syndrome. I saw you post that one, yes. Oh, that's exciting. I'm glad that translators are getting a bit more traction as well, especially for the longer projects as well, so that's nice. I'm just going to name it Choro Q number 43. So immediately at the beginning we have mostly the same kinds of menus, but now we've got a town. So if you click on town, you can go out to the town. Now, for me as a first player, I immediately went, oh, this is going to be pretty cool, you know, open world Choro Q. I love how there's music, and the music doesn't even start until you wind up the car and drive, like, the step outside the garage, the music kicks in. It's just a nice touch. Now, I would immediately turn left and start going down this, like, little, like, windy path here. And then I would immediately get prompted with whatever's happening here, and I'm like, what on earth? So, yeah, this game's a bit wild. It does some wacky stuff here. But we'll check out the rest of the town, and I'll show off what's happening there. But yeah, no, this game is cool. This game is like very comfy, very just like I would, you know, if I got transported into some random video game world, I might die because of cars in this one, but it'd be kind of funny still. But yeah, no, you can drive around the town, you can find money in a couple of weird places here and there. If you try and go down here, you'll enter a subway, but then if you keep going a bit further down, you'll sort of hit this bizarre tunnel. Also, anytime you get a prompt saying, oh, you've entered a place, you don't actually have to enter it. Just more on that in a moment. There's this giant rock in the middle here. I'll try and address this later. Oh yeah, it's very neat, and it's very PS1 in its aesthetics as well. There's this giant rock here. I just want a mental note. You can spot a little lip in the ledge on the left there. So that's a thing. We'll drive up through this little tunnel here. You can honk a horn. I love just the weird instances when the frame rate suddenly hits 60. It's just a weird feeling. There's a big place here that says caution, be under construction, but you can drive through it and then, you know, just do that. And it's manual transmission. That is true. It does have manual. I'm not actually driving manual right now. It does start automatic, but you do have to manually switch into reverse gear to reverse. It's one of those ones where you accelerate in reverse, which is, I guess, like real life, so that one's on me. You'll find this little thing down here where there's drag R. The drag R is down here. I don't know why it says 4 desk. Not really sure what's going on there. Only 4 gears? 4 for the moment. But yeah, I like how they've got this open world, even if it's kind of very superficial right now. You're gonna love this as well. This is, like, hold on. There's this chapel up here. This is... We do drive on the same side as Japan as well, yes. You're gonna love this as well. One, the turning arc is ridiculous, as always, at the beginning of every Choro Q game. It just keeps going. What is at the top of this winding path? You're gonna love this. You ready? You ready? Literally nothing! Literally nothing! It just ends up here. Oh, it's so good. Gives you an excuse to drive off though. It's so good. Also, there's so many holo mirror effects where the game just decides to not render what's in front of you. I don't know, it's kind of odd. But yeah, there's lots of weird little like places and nooks and crannies to explore, and it's this kind of exploration charm that I really, really love about not only this game, but really all of its sequels as well. Like, you'll find just this over here, and there's a part shop. Oh, but we're not open yet. Come back later. So, okay, mental note. Parts 2 is over here. Recently got Princess Crown after literally a decade. You're gonna have to remind me what Princess Crown is as well, because I think you've mentioned it in passing, but I've kind of glossed over. I'm sorry. I've been very out of the loop on recent news. I'm sort of like, I was gonna joke and say like nothing happened since I was gone, right? Absolutely nothing. So anyway, we got a parts 1 shop, the 0th Vanillaware game. Ah, very nice. So there's a bunch of shops here that you preferably want to activate, although really just part 0 is the only one you really need. We've got paint. We've got body. It's kind of annoying, you have to drive into every single one of these. Lavishly drawn pixel art Saturn action RPG. Ooh. I do like RPGs. Also, you can destroy the furniture. Also, it looks like there's more shops over here, but they have these very generic names at the top, and they're not actually shops. I don't know why. That's kind of most of the town, though. We're sort of just driven around, seen everything. There's a big casino right there. Which also has a gymkhana, which you can enter if you want to. Developed under Atlas. I know Atlas. I gotta play more action RPGs, but I'm sort of juggling both Xeno's Saga and Phantasy Star 4, and then I also just played through, I know it's not a JRPG, but I played through The Sims 2 Pets on the GBA, and I can safely say it was a bit of a waste of time. I got a handful of games that I played through, although I'm not too sure if I'll describe every single one of them. But I did play a bit on my break off. That was a very fun ledge there. I'm glad it exists. Please come and see. There must have been something Princess Crown was highly awaited. Yeah, I feel like I've heard the name in passing, and I'd be like, probably the big white whales. I'm actually kind of surprised as well of how many really, really good Japanese games just don't get translated. And I mean, I'm playing one right now that, you know, it's got a good fan translation, but I'm very surprised that, like, given that the first game did get a European release, I'm very surprised that they never did this one. There's another body shop here, which is pretty cool. But yeah. Yeah, so nothing happened when I was gone, absolutely nothing. It seems that literally a bunch of communities and a bunch of Sega Gaga for the Dreamcast. Very incredible name as well. I gotta read more into those, I'll tell you though. Because yeah, there's a lot of ones where I'm just like, I've just either never heard of it or I've seen the name once, but like it hasn't clicked in my head what exactly it is. Maybe I'm at that point where my brain is too mush for things. Like I've been driving around in a circle for a minute. Oh, they put a fence here. Who put a fence right there? The jerks. I think the only other thing of note is that if you go down this path, there's a wonderful Hall of Mirrors effect. And then that's literally overlooking the side of the rock that we were on earlier. So you play as a guy running Sega to save it from bankruptcy from evil rival companies. Oh, I think I know of that one actually. Yeah, you can spot that there's going to be a gnarly jump there. Anyways, let's return back to the menu. But yeah, finding all these shops shows them up in the menu, so I'll probably never have to arrive back at the town for at least a while. But yeah, it's Choro Q. You know, you've got money. You can buy, you know, your regular parts. There's nothing really too weird in this one, other than you've probably got more intermediate parts to buy. First one we're buying is the Super Quick, and then probably the 85, and as well a good old meter, which we'll get into in a moment. But let's race! We have 3 tracks. The subway that we actually wandered into is one of the tracks that's unlockable as well, and actually it's a really nice way to earn money because it gets you 800 gold if you win, as opposed to 300. But anyway, let's drive into the short circuit. That's that could have been a pun, but it's not. It's just literally a short track. Same as before, L2 shows a map, and classic Choro Q. We drive, first we drive, then we win. Drive win. Gosh, that movie happened as well. Found 2 Saturn games that got French translations, but not English. Well, the nice thing about translating into French is that French usually translates into English very succinctly, so translating to other languages gets you most of the way there. That's nice. But yeah, regular Choro Q rules. We drive, we earn money, and we buy the upgrades and continue onwards. There's a lot of the same kinds of tropes, you know, starting off with like a circuit track. A very gentle one at that as well. But it should start paying the bills pretty soon, you know? Although, I think for progression reasons, you only do need to finish in the top 3. I don't think there's any reason to actually win any races at first. But we'll get there. Also, I think this will be a 2-parter game. I don't know if I can cram it all into one stream like last time. So we'll see. It's arguable whether a translation of a translation is faithful enough, though. That is true, but what I mean is that, like, you can read the Japanese and then you can use the French to sort of, like, keep it in line. I do wonder whether that happens in the field, though, like whether, there you go, 300 bucks. You know what we could do with 300 bucks? We can buy, not going into town, we can just buy the super quick steering. As, importantly as well, you gotta hit triangle to equip it. That got me the first time I played this. I was like, oh, yeah. Speaking of patches, let's, oh boy, I'm gonna be kind of stuffed for all of these until I have off-road tires as well, because they're all off-road tracks. So I might just stick to the on-road for a moment. Dragon Q4 Party Chat subset hype. I'm actually surprised that they're doing it as a subset. And not just, like, also attaching it to the main game. This will be an interesting case as well, because, like, can you do a subset on retro achievements? I know, given that multi-set's coming, I'll just say that. I have no idea when it's fully finished. Also, sometimes the car engine sounds just go away. I think they come back if I completely stop, but just lets you take in the music more. Well, the patch is for the US version, but the original set is for the EU. Yeah, okay, so you won't be able to play both in this case, but I'd also just generally say, like, what if you had an achievement set, sorry, if you had a game, and the subset, you know, requires a patch, but the regular set could use the patch anyways, but it doesn't have to? I'm curious, like, whether the system supports that. It seems like a very, very niche edge case, because most of the time it probably won't, but in this case, it's like, well, yeah, adding the party chat shouldn't change the game, right? Subset does titles as well. Ooh, very nice. But I assume it doesn't change any other mechanics about the game. I know you said the subset, not the patch then, but yeah. See, the good turning gets you going, I tell ya. Look at those good lap times. I think I need to give this one more go just to get the tires. Also, this bass, woo! I just cut it short. The patch only adds in the party chat. Ah, okay. And it makes sense, maybe, to combine the two, because in the day and age of not multi-set just yet. So what are we getting? We need to get the tires. Oh, I could just get a regular off-roads and just call it there. There we go. Okay, so let's put the off-roads and head off to Spring Hill. There we go. Greetings, Blub. You have caught the beginning of Choro Q2. It's like Choro Q1, but with many more Easter eggs and goodies to find. And also a jammin' soundtrack. But yeah, no, so, what do I have? I don't have... I feel like a lot of the things that happened since I was gone was very, like, I don't know, things sort of imploding in various ways. Somewhat, in the world, well, maybe not imploding, but like, the big one when I was gone was the Pope passing, I tell you. I was like, oh snap, like, saw him on the news like the day before, and then it's like, and rip, you know, like, it's kind of quick, so, yeah, I hope, you know, the new Pope goes over smoothly, but yeah, it's like, man, that's a shocker. And then, I'm following a bunch of, I did play the first game, yes, so if you remember, yeah, it would have been about a year ago, and it would have been called Penny Races because it had a European localization. It might be a bit tricky to catch up to this guy, so winning might be a bit tougher, but we'll see how we go. I know you commented also catching up on VOD's Blood. I appreciate the catch-ups, yeah. But yeah, no, so I follow a bunch of, VTuber stuff, but not really, like, too avidly. I don't know, there was a lot of, like I don't know, I don't actively watch a lot of, like, other streamers and stuff. Yeah, the Gex playthrough. Oh, yeah, yeah, it ended in a... Dude, I can't get over that, like, in my original playthrough of that PS1 version, I had never experienced flies disappearing, and then it just consistently kept happening. It's so frustrating. We got there in the end though, so that was all good. But yeah, I don't actively watch a lot of VTubers, but the one that really like got to me was on the first Wednesday, so I guess I was gone for 2 weeks. So let's see if we can buy something good with this money. The gangster level, which, yeah, it was. The chassis is very expensive, but I should be able to buy... No, I think I got away without buying good brakes for a while. You don't really need brakes. To the sea. Yeah, the one that got to me was on Wednesday, the would have been the 16th. Was hearing a Biendeo that did not know. Yeah, in fact. Oh yeah, that's painful. Yeah. So yeah, at least I'm confidently saying I'm two-partering Choro Q too. Oh, you know, just driving under the water. Hello, I'm under the water. It's such a vibe, this game, though, I tell you. Other than this corner, I hate this corner. Because you kind of have to, like, slide up into the wall, and you can see how much speed you lose. There's a way to do it well, but it's a bit tricky. I get very Ridge Racer vibes with this aesthetic as well, just the lack of shading. We don't need it. You don't actually really need that much shading in a racing game, because parallax kind of does your job for you. Obviously helps, and obviously, you know, there's so many quirky PS1 looking effects in this game. Actually, there's not a lot of, like, wobbling, like PS1 wobbling that you'd typically see, but there's so much, like, you know, artifacting, like vertices or edges not quite lining up right, so you get all those, like, noisy bits where the skybox renders through an object. It'd be funny because you were confused why some flies in the... Oh, yeah. I hope historians look back at that and go, we'll never do that ever again. Meanwhile, that Gex remaster that is coming out whenever is probably going to maintain exactly that, because it's just emulating it. Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize the shots collected them, yeah. But yeah, so the big news that got to me was Vtuber, I'm gonna pronounce the name wrong, Gawr Gura, the Shark Vtuber, very big HoloLive EN Vtuber, announced her departure. Gawr Gura, that's the one. Or as my mates say, just Gura. I will miss her. She'll, you know, like, if there's one thing, like, VTubers are never fully gone. They're slightly gone, but they're never fully gone. Like, there's a bunch that have, you know, gone in the past. I remember Coco, I remember Pikami. I think I had a strong opinion about the Pikami one as well. Oh, yeah, like, I don't know the full story about the company internals. She did say in her departure, and I watched it live, holy crap, like 270,000 people watching live is very, very, very insane. Yeah, she's stopping, and she, you know, she was a bit very sullen in her voice. Not sure if it was pre-recorded, but yeah, she's announcing that she announced that she's leaving, or graduating at the end of the month, and which is very, very soon. So by the time this VOD's uploaded, you know, very, very soon. She said due to disagreements with management, I think in the video, I think that might have been the quote. And I get that. Like, there's lots of, you know, like, hey, you know, I want to do stuff in a certain way, or I want to, like, take my content in a certain way, or I don't believe that, or in some cases it's like I want to have something a bit more casual or relaxed, and management's like, no, you must do 50 million things. Yeah, if it's foul play, geez, but like, yeah, I don't know the full story inside, and probably, yeah, 21st of May, I know I was gonna do Dragon Quest 3 first, and then I was like, I think Choro Q is probably the easier one to do. Do you like how it docks me for colliding with obstacles? Well, not docks, but like it counts it. It's like, oh, you collided with things that many times. Finishing these tracks with a medal unlocks 2 more tracks, but I'm gonna do the subway track, because the subway track is actually kind of easy. Yeah, I did it after, but I know Dragon Quest 3 is a much longer game, and I was like, I kind of wanted to do Choro Q sooner, just a little sooner, so I thought, let's get it out of the way earlier. It says it's an off-road track, but then you have to deal with this. This is actually a remarkably short track as well. But I love the aesthetic! Yeah. But yeah, no, I didn't watch a ton of VTubers, but I did watch a bit of Gura. I did find Gura was, you know, very, very... Like, I think Gura is basically, like, the... I guess, key English VTuber. I mean, she's probably got, like, maybe the most attention out of all the English VTubers. And there goes the audio again on the car. And, yeah, to see it go, I think it's definitely sad, but I'd also definitely say, you know, be happy for, you know, for the things that she did, the things that, I guess, the company as well. Like, that's not, you know, just solely credit her. There's obviously a lot of stuff that HoloLive did to help boost her and support her and do stuff in certain ways. If there is foul play from the company nowadays, I'd definitely say, okay, well, that sours that. But yeah, exactly. And on top of that, yeah, like, are VTubers ever truly gone? I mentioned Coco and Pikami. I'm like, you know, VTubers in some way, you know, they will continue contributing to the world, even if maybe they won't even be in the spotlight anymore. But they sometimes can, you know, contribute. Yeah, exactly. Coco is still there. You know, you shouldn't, or sorry, like, formally, you never really declare that the VTuber has now become this person. And Pikami, there's another VTuber who sounds very similar, we'll just say, who started showing up at around the same time. So now I've got a bit of money. That means we can buy, very importantly, not the chassis, the AT5 high speed. You could do manual if you wanted to save a bit of bucks, but nah, I'm not that good. Didn't watch Choro Q last year. Super successful rebrand. Yeah, exactly. I think that there's always, like, there you go, add speed. Speed, I am speed. I don't know if I'm fast enough to actually do middle circuit. I know freeway is going to kick my butt, so we'll see. There's so many old streams to catch up on. But to be fair, like, I don't know, it depends. I always feel like I want my streams to be more of, like, a commentary of the game itself, even though that, you know, I'm not exactly saying too much about this one, but I've definitely shown off a bunch of stuff on this one, and I do really... the music on this track is, like, kind of absurd as well. Just to some time signature jumps. Yeah, the tea kettle. Yeah, I've forgotten the name as well, but she wears purple. That's a shtick, but you can tell it's someone who, at the very least, embodies a lot of the same vibes. Yes, the music is in 11, I think. Actually, I think it just goes all over the place. Can we have a MIDI breakdown of this particular song? Because I really want to, like, figure out, like, what on earth is it doing? It hops around so much, it's insane. I love it. Choro Q has gone prog. But yeah, so with Gura stepping down, I think it definitely marks, one, the end of an era, but at the same time, at the beginning of this month, I think it was the beginning of this month, maybe it was last month, Kazuna AI, or AI, might just be I, as in one word, but I don't know, has come back. Not as a, you know, she's not an English VTuber, but she's like the original. She is the original VTuber, and I think it's quite surprising that, like, you know, she had done a stuff, and she had actually gone through I guess personnel changes, different people playing as Kazuna AI on the same channel. Now the original person's back, so I think it's a very interesting, I guess, camp for me, because I think VTubers are the reboot, exactly. Remember Race Against I played Lego Races on the Game Boy Color, Mario Kart on the DS, and Jacked on PC. There's a lot of good racing games out there. I am going to be absolutely stuffed for the freeway, and I came second on that one, which is... I could probably do the subway one pretty better now, so we'll give that one another go. Because I know that new track is going to absolutely crush me. But I think VTubers 100% are a net positive to, you know, the streaming audience, and there's lots of different avenues, and I think as well the best part about VTubers is that there's, I guess, and I know I don't particularly engage in this myself, I'm still pretty old school with just the voice. I got the munchlax in the bottom, but that's more for watermarking more than anything. Just to remind people that it's like, oh yeah, that's me. Seriously, if you don't put like branding or like stuff, people legit like, I guess, associate the content less. It's kind of interesting. Not that I make money or anything off YouTube, really. It's like pitiful cents off every video. Yeah, like I think the nice thing about the VTubing audience is that there's a lot of different avenues of kinds of content that you can do. The Swizzler of Oz. I didn't even commit to like fixing anything too big though. I just kind of shared my stuff and said, okay, like if anyone knows how to integrate this more with everything, please feel free, but I've really got no clue how to make it a better experience because it kind of was a bit jank from my end. And personally, I would prefer to just avoid it entirely until there's more of a nah. I mean, I didn't really hard reach out to really say, hey, I want to get this merged now, because I don't feel confident in it. I'm not gonna say let's get it merged, because I know the proper solution requires a lot more architecture than what I've done, and what I've done seemed very specific to Hexen. So I was just like, I'm just not even gonna, you know, I'll put it out there. You can download it, you can test it yourself, but I'm not contributing to the, you know, as a pull request, please merge, or I'm gonna continue working on this until it gets merged, because I don't think it should get merged. I don't know. Let's see what else we can get. I can get the engine +3 and also the all-around +3, because I know that's gonna be very necessary. The chassis is surprisingly, you don't quite need that just yet, but the engine helps. And the all-around +3 definitely helps a ton as well. So. Okay, let's give... Someday we'll fix it. Yeah, it'll get fixed eventually. So yeah, so the freeway is on-road. But the freeway is a bit gnarly. Because whoever's in first place just goes for it. The track doesn't look too weird, but... This is what the future looks like. This is what society will look like in 2029. We need glass tunnels everywhere. How do parts... yes, you can freely swap between the ones. So you just hit triangle, you know, in any menu, and you can just swap to the parts. Watch out for the chicane, because every single one of these games always loves their weird chicanes. Also, the handling is always like a hit or miss thing. I know a lot of people where it's like the handling really gets to them. The trick I always find is just, and especially you're controlling this with a D-pad, most corners, especially early game, just let off the acceleration. Sometimes they go too fast, but for the most part, you'll mostly just be switching between tires more than really any of the other parts. You just sort of use the other parts as upgrades. Yeah, if you're 100% in the Retro Achievement set, I think you do need to... Actually, I don't think you need to buy every part. I don't think they test for that. There's not really any reason. Yeah, there's not really any reason to have to buy all the parts. I just love bumping people in this game. It's just so enjoyable. Owning everything is the reason, I guess, but... I don't think... you could double check for me if there's an achievement for owning everything. Well, I don't think there actually is. Collectibles? Maybe. This game doesn't have, like... we'll get there eventually. But the later games do some more exotic stuff with the items, which I think you'll definitely love how Choro Q Wonderful does it. almost in the cross rhythm territory on this song. But not quite. I don't think I could catch up to this guy, even if I had another lap. I love the Hall of Mirrors effect all the time. I just call that heat haze. There's always heat haze happening. Cross rhythm is when you got multiple time signatures going on at once. So even if you might have like a stationary one, if you got like another part that's doing something a bit odd, then yeah, and especially like it's playing a melody that starts to, you know, drift away from the beat, then yeah, that would be a cross rhythm. This game, it doesn't have rubber banding. It's pretty honest in how the AI goes. So now we have a stadium track. Well, let's see if I've got a little more money to buy. Also, yeah, I should just show off as well. The body shop does indeed have lots of other cars, and for 500 gold, it's probably not too bad to invest in one after a while. Yes, we do have our... Hold on, that's a BMW. Where's our Skyline? 4 out of 4. Yeah, exactly. Oh, exactly, yeah. Is that our... Hold on, I know we've got a Mitsubishi Lancer somewhere. I don't suppose that's it, right? Most of these are kind of the same cars as the first game as well. Maybe the reason why they didn't localize is because licensing it is kind of annoying. Yeah. Interestingly as well, you're gonna find like other shop parts are also split between multiple ones. We could buy the off-road 2s, but I know the off-road 3s become available very soon. I'm gonna buy the squid meter just for you though. But yeah, the light chassis might be neat. It does improve the acceleration a bit, but well, no, we'll see. We'll just wing it for a bit. Wings are entirely cosmetic, by the way. So if you see a wing, I'm like, yeah, it actually doesn't help. Stadium is off-road, which is great because this is worse off-road than my current all-around, so I might as well just wing it. We'll see how well I do. This track is insanely short, but it's 4 laps. It's the squid meter. I love the squid meter. I think the squid meter makes like some appearance in every game as well. So. And the frame rate absolutely struggles at the start. I don't know why. Maybe. Maybe they did. Also, that's actual Yokohama branding. That's a real tire brand. I love it when the sign tells me to still run fast. Maybe. There's something weird about the frame rate as well, because I think it, like, there's a lot of games where the frame rate can be a bit more dynamic, but I think in this one it actually is like 60, 30, 15. Like, it just hard goes, nah, I'm not, like, continuing logic. Actually, it will continue logic, but it just won't render if it doesn't think it's got enough time to actually make the frame. So it just goes, just continue the game for a moment. Just for 2 meters, exactly. One more lap. Oh, you got... Don't get juked that it's only 3 laps. That's 4. But yeah, so the Choro Q set was made by... Yeah, there's probably a lot of sets like that as well, but I'd probably say this is a pretty full-on set. I think it shows off most of the game. Like, if you want to say buying every part is, you know, needed for 100%, then sure, but I don't know, I think it's pretty tame. $700 dues. Winding Ridge. Here we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. It deserves a fix-up for that. This one's kind of weird because it's got this little, like, kind of path here, which leads to literally nothing. I'm not too sure what's up with that. I just wanted to show that off at the beginning. The track's not too big on this one as well, but it's got a curious part, and you'll see the AI use it right away, is that there's a road that goes around to the left, but there's a staircase that you can just go up as well. and I've jumped out a very odd point. I have no idea what these posters are for, by the way. Also, it very looks like you could just drive off the road here, but you can't. And they put French flags because apparently Monaco is off limits. Yeah, it does look like it, yeah. There's probably a lot of weird, like, posters or stuff around this game where it's like, what is this? Because on top of that as well, like, who published this? I know it's developed by a company called Tamsoft, but I'm like, who actually is the publisher? Like, they showing, like, you know, cross-references or anything? This is actually a track where you'd break. The AI is too slow on this one. This is actually where you get your money. Except it's also 4 laps, so... You know, the extra lap does add up. Deep Sea Adventure. These are some JPEGs I had on my computer. Oh yeah, Earth Defense Force, maybe. Secret Earth Defense Force references. I actually bought the Humble Bundle with Earth Defense Force a bit ago, but I haven't played any of them. But I do want to play some of those. But yeah, so, yeah, I just wanted to finish up with the Gura quitting. Ultimately as well, like, you know, VTubers are definitely a big influence into the streaming culture of today. And certainly I think there's a lot of people who even remember, I think when Gura, like, started really popping off, and to be fair, the rest of the Hololive as well. You know, was it Mari Calliope, greatest rapper of our generation? But I kind of like how, you know, if they stay on with the talent agency, they actually are, you know, there are some interesting ways that they're branching out and doing the things that maybe they really, really like. And I think ultimately, you know, if they're having a good time doing it and, you know, they're popular doing it, then no reason to not keep going. So, and to that I would say, yeah, if, you know, if Gura finds more enjoyment doing something else, or moving on, then sure. Part Shop 2 opens up all of a sudden, by the way. I like the Italian Hololive. Ooh. We have an Italian one. So now we have a Part Shop 2, by the way. It has wings, but the wings are worthless. Don't worry about them. We have brakes, which I might need at some point. And we gotta get 85 Hyper. The engine's kind of expensive. Sandlon are published by D3. Maybe nowadays they are. Also, for Elise. I'm gonna have to knock this translation just a little bit. But yeah, there's lots of tires here, and you'll notice as well, like, Off-Road Plus 3, racing tires, big tires are gonna be funny. And then, yes, studless, which, you know where they're for, so... But yeah, let's, so now we've done all the races. The World GP opens, and so yeah, so the World GP is going to kick my butt a little bit, but if I can do a good job with oops, don't change the parts for the worst. But yeah, if I can do 85 Hyper and get some extra speed, this might work out. Okay, we'll see. But you do get more money, especially if you're ending in the top 3. I think the bonus kicks in if you get the fastest lap or the best lap. But it's pretty minor, you're never really going to get the bonus. Still though, yeah. Top 3, doing okay. It's all good, it's all good. So to that, on VTuber controversies, I think we had a Vice article. We've had 2 Vice articles about VTubers. From, I think it was Vice. I apologize if it wasn't Vice, and I also apologize for forgetting the journalist's name. Published by D3. I don't know who published these ones. Oh, Takara, I think, came up at the beginning. I am not catching up at all, by the way. Like, if I can't get 3rd, it's just kind of a moot. Still gonna overtake 3 people. Oh, oops. It's not happened. Alright, now here's a kind of interesting thing. Did you catch that the background changed? The background changed when the World GP came on, and then the background changed after this race. If you notice, there's sunflowers. If we go to our race select screen, you'll actually notice the Spring Hill is now Summer Hill. This is such one of my favorite, like, kinds of just games juking you moment. The game is doing wacky stuff, and, like, the average modern game player, including myself, will just completely miss that this even happens. In order to beat every track in the game, you have to catch that at some point in the Grand Prix, the season changes, and Spring Hill becomes Summer Hill. Just out of nowhere. It's hilarious. But it's a different track, and technically, if you want to get gold in all the tracks, then you gotta do this one. But you also notice that it is somewhat a little bit of the same track. It does some different stuff though. Oh yeah, it's insane Gaslight, and it only gets better in the next game as well. But yeah, if I can get a good placing on this will actually be some good money. I feel like my all-around tires are crying a bit though, so getting the good off-road tires for winning this will actually be really nice. Or I just do the subway. And it's got a fun jump as well. There's no waterfall secret. We are the waterfall secret. I'm caught in the battle here. See, my problem is that I'm not gripping the road very well. And even though it is a jump, this one's pretty forgiving. Seriously, you don't get any money if you come less than third. Oh no, I drifted! Oh, drifting sucks. I don't think I'm gonna. Nah, I'm not. We're gonna have to grind the easy one on this one. To the subway, because the subway is fairly easy, especially for me now. Darn. I thought I had the money now. But yeah, so there's a Vice article about VTubers. Actually, there were two of them. One was about this one. How would I put it? I think they do make how would I put it? We'll say lewd content or suggestive content. So I won't go too much into the detail on that one. But they were basically like going on about how I think they needed. I guess more talent or something, and the request came out and it was like you need to basically be a female and sort of somewhat, I don't know, they were making a comment about the whole like, oh, what if you're like female presenting but you're male, and I think they said no or something like that. I don't know, something like that. The same person then went after another VTuber I follow, Kersha, who definitely speaks about risque topics and a lot of politics as well. So there's a lot of that. But also it's just like the same person going after this twice. Oh yeah, like that kind of stuff. And it's just like there's a lot of I don't know, dogpiling. People just going like, oh, like maybe it's a Twitter thing. The first VTuber, it was an agency, so I don't think they particularly name dropped the whole. I can actually look this up right now. Let's see. If I just type Vice VTuber and we listen to this bass jam for a bit. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. By Anna Valens. Here we go. Let's see if I can find the previous article as well. Because it wasn't too long ago, but maybe it is long ago. Is this the only stuff this person writes about? Just incredibly, like, suggestive content? Like, hold on, let me just read some headlines for you. This adorable succubus dating sim summoned my interest. It's taking over Patreon too. Epic Games CEO loves this giantess game. Now you can wishlist it. Marvel Rivals breastily convinced me to jiggle my way back. This is... I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get, like... Maybe this is just what Vice does? Anna Valance is a contributor for Waypoint Vice Media with a decade's worth of experience across sites such as the Daily Dot, Fanbyte, Polygon, Esports, and the Mary Sue. I have to look away. She is a veteran of the game journalism industry. Bro, if you wrote for Polygon during that time, interesting. But it's just like, okay, I can't find that original article, but I can find hold on, let me just get the Kershaw one. The title on this one is literally, why is this GamerSupps VTuber pushing the Great Replacement Theory? And whatever opinions you have about the Great Replacement Theory aside, I think there's a lot of stuff I would like to just point out of literally going after the sponsor in the freaking 4th and 5th word of the title before you even know what you're meant to be upset about, let alone, are you upset about it? You know what I mean? It's just like, here's a VTuber who clearly talks about lots of politics topics and is sponsored by, or is sponsored? I think it's a sponsor. Sponsored by this brand who, I'm pretty sure, like, she's got a special, like, flavor of GamerSupps called Brand Risk. That's literally her flavor is called Brand Risk. And I'm like, you know, like, is it, I don't know, like, why, what is with, like, going after sponsors and going after this kind of stuff? Like, I know it's like, this VTuber is, Kirsche. Kirsche. I think I've mentioned her in the past, maybe, for, like, one thing, but I know of, like, some of her stuff, and it's just like, what is this, like, oh yeah, they also name drop Nyanas as well. GamerSupps is in hot water with many VTuber fans at Weasel Wording due to the behavior of one particular creator working with the company, Mythic Talents Kirsche Verstal, an anime fox girl with a knack for sharing alt-right talking points. Sorry, this is the second one. I can't find the article on the first one. I don't want to go more into, like, particularly what Kirsche believes in or not, because I feel like I'm not particularly, oh! Maybe I did find... Oh! Okay, value... Yeah, okay, so the first one, the first story... I'm mixing up my stories, but I've figured it out in the end. The first one, the article, same author, these VTubers want you in their lewd game. You might want to pass. LewdTuber agency Valeur is set to bring on its Gen 2 talent. You could even be in a lewd video game, but you might not want to join. And it's, yeah, it was because they had the hard, like, you have to be real, like, biologically female kind of angle. Like, again, whatever your opinions on freaking, like, that story, I would highly encourage reading the article and sort of going, how on earth, like, how much of this is journalism and how much of this is just, like, op-ed smearing? Because also, I'm pretty sure... Actually, no, I might be projecting a bit, but I'm just like, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter, you know, the best place for people to get upset at each other over, about, like, sort of, how would I call it? A bit of clout chasing? But like, oh, if I, like, you know, agree with the journalist and dogpile on this person, even if, you know, whatever, then it's just like, oh, you know, like, maybe I'll get some traction. Maybe people will follow me if I make a banger tweet. And I'm like, one, all of this stuff is very short-lived anyways. Lots of people don't remember this kind of stuff. So, you know, whatever. I guess the more people will talk about it, definitely the harder it is to forget about it, but I don't know. I kind of view, like, articles like this as, like, clear, like, smear pieces, because it's just like, I never heard of this agency before, and now, I don't know if your intention was to do, like, free advertising or not, but it's just like, the article comes before the controversy, but it just takes, like, a couple of tweets and pretends as if there's a lot of controversy around it, when really it's just like, I don't know, like, just sort of came up with this just now. You telling me this for the first time, you know? Like, Okay, so we could get the off-road plus 3s, which actually would be nice. Yeah, let's get the off-road plus 3s. I would like the racing tires plus 3, and you're gonna need studless plus 3 at some point. And the engine plus 3, but we've got the hyper, we've got the good brakes. I think we're set to sort of take another crack at... Actually, let's take a crack at, like, actually doing Summerhill this time. So now you can tell that even though... Actually, I think my road grip is even better on this one anyways. Yeah, it is. But the dirt grip is really good, so we'll go for it. I'm always... Yeah, I'm always very, like... how would I call it? Very sensitive to journalists getting it right. Studless, the prequel to Maidenless. Does that imply all the other tires are stud full? So now with a tire that can grip, you can actually go around corners without releasing the accelerator. Fortunately, water is still a bit of a weird one, but that's okay. Because also, grip means acceleration for some reason. Actually, for a pretty logical reason, but you wouldn't expect it, given the way this game controls, but it does. But yeah, there's a lot of, I guess, there's a lot of real, like, just terrible journalism and stuff like this. It's just like, one, I think this should speak to Vice as like, hey, you know, like, I literally don't care about your journalism to the point of like, if you're hiring this person to do activism, I'm just gonna completely drown you out. Your opinion is really nothing. And if you're doing this because you think it's actually gonna get you clicks and stuff, well, I guess, like, maybe, but to everyone, just, you know, read it through an archive or an ad blocker or something. I don't know, like, or just don't read it as well. Like, maybe actually providing less attention to it is better. There was a fun thing I saw where basically lots and lots of newspapers are losing money because obviously, like, journalism is a tough craft, and there are good. Oh, apparently, bots are also a tough craft. But yeah, no, journalism is a tough art. And to anyone who's actually like trying to do a good job, like legit, like you guys are the real MVPs. Don't let this kind of stuff get you down. Like the nice thing about journalism is that you don't need a big publication in order to like do something. Sometimes there's definitely some things where it's like, hey, if you had a big org, and then you could like break interesting stories because you know you get earlier inside scoops or actual interviews or stuff like that, that kind of stuff helps. But if you're doing reporting like this, where clearly you don't even, get any feedback from anyone, you take a few tweets and you call it an article. In theory, if you're doing good journalism, you don't need Vice, you don't need Waypoint, you don't need Polygon, you don't need all these other sites that you've apparently worked at. And apparently that seems like it's good, I have gotten into the opinion that, like, wherever you worked at in the past means nothing nowadays. Like, it really doesn't. You gotta tell me something good you've worked on, or a good article you've written on, or if you're a game dev, like, what's like an interesting mechanic of a game that you've worked on. I had a coworker, and he worked on the traffic simulation in LA Noire, and I'm like, that sounds way more interesting than saying, well, actually, Granted, saying you worked at Team Bondi kind of implies you only ever worked on one thing. He was one of the people left out on the credits as well. They left him out. Let's get some gold trophies. Yellow Journal. Yeah, that's the... Yeah. And it seems so sloppy. Because it's like, there's people who, like... Honestly as well, like sensationalist kinds of publications are going to naturally get more clicks anyways than kind of, like... the more milquetoast up-and-coming journalists, but it's kind of unfair that that's the case, and I know it's like, how do you change that? Well, I mean, I don't know, just convince the population and not, give in to sensationalist journalism, but it is tricky. It is just like a real crusty territory, because there's a lot of people who are very easily convinced, and I really do hope that a lot of the Twitter attention is, like, fleeting. It doesn't mean anything, because ultimately Twitter doesn't really mean anything anyways. But I hope that real people don't actually see the Twitter stuff and then go, oh, therefore there's actually a big controversy, there's a big backlash. Because honestly, I don't actually see that big a backlash, I just see it happens on Twitter. I don't see freaking like, this company's numbers going down. I don't see Kirsch's numbers going down at all. If anything as well, like, any journalism is probably, or any, you know, bad news is still good news, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just like, whatever. So, like, if it's this journalist's, you know, intention to drag them down, then whatever. But I don't know what the game is on these. I don't know what the intention is with writing articles like this, other than kind of self-perpetuating a system. I work for a journalist organization. I'm gonna write absolute fluff that, you know, gets up SEO and then gets retweeted by a bunch of 15-year-olds on the internet. And then suddenly, oh look, we've now got a controversy, and if you keep calling things controversial... When I was on holiday with my parents, I had Channel 9 on a lot, and we've got the election coming up, by the way. If you're in Australia, don't forget you got to vote on Saturday, or if you early vote, you can do that already. I have no idea who I'm voting for, so I'll tell you that. But I had to watch the Channel 9 debate with my parents. I'll get into the Wii Homebrew channel situation in a bit, although I don't have too much to say about it, but it's worth mentioning. It's worth bringing up. But yeah, no, I had to watch the Channel 9 debate, and it's just like, Channel 9 are the masters of hyping up things so much, and then it's just like, whatever. You know, the television event you don't want to miss, travel guide to New York, and they literally just, like, went to a bunch of, like, normal places. There was the one where they, there's, like, a new building you can climb in New York, but it's just like, oh my gosh, the hype for it. Anyway, I had to watch the debate, and the debate was the same deal. It's like, you know, like, no more spin, no more lies, you know, let's make this interesting, like, that kind of stuff. And it was a fairly normal debate. And honestly, I don't know, like, sometimes there's some funny stuff when politicians, you know, like, make memes of each other, but this is, it's fairly ordinary. There's nothing really too much to say there. Let's see if I can buy some tires. Oh, it's 4,000. Oh, do I just commit to the 4,000? Maybe. Let's see if I can get $1,500 by winning this race. See, the problem is I've already burnt one race of the Grand Prix, so I'm sort of behind on points. And, in order to win, you do need to really beat that black car up front. He is a tricky boy. But yeah, no, there's lots of sensationalist kind of journalism out there, and it's interesting that there's a lot of attention on VTubers and stuff right now. Like, I don't particularly know why, but I'd probably say this one journalist seems to have a bit of a problem, I'd probably say. I don't know, like, there's... how would I put it? It's very eggshells. I sort of walk on eggshells, because I don't know how to phrase things in a way that, like, you know, exactly conveys my thoughts. And it's very easy to get branded if you say something the wrong way. Although at some point it's like, who cares? A bunch of people I've never met. A bunch of people I've never met on Twitter will say some things about you that's untrue, and it's like, well, you know, it doesn't matter. I don't know, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the opinion at the end of the day. It's just, believe the things you want to believe. Don't let a Vice puff piece kind of tell you otherwise. You know, find out with your own two eyes, that kind of stuff. Or don't, just completely ignore it. Up to you as well. Not everything has to be a moral crusade on the internet. Because also, yeah, there's another one. There's no, I don't think there's any articles on this one, but like there's another VTuber who is, I think, getting universally dogpiled on. Probably rightly so. I've forgotten the name. Starts with S. Like 6 letters. I know Silvervale got piped in because she was there's another VTuber name. Because she was like an anonymous source, and she was like, hold on, wait a minute. I like how the AI can't drive, apparently. I think they're going too slow out of the jump. Yeah, they probably are going too slow out of the jump. But yeah, oh, there's so much, I don't know, there is so much drama and stuff going on right now as well. Just in general. I think everything, so... the Biendeo words of wisdom is, let's, you know, like, one... as a viewer, if this honestly, you know, if you are not part of it, do not feel like you have to participate. You can if you want to, and certainly you can have your opinions and stuff on it. But also, it's just like, you know, don't feel like you have to have one of two sides kind of argument. You can have something nuanced. You could just agree with someone as well. You know, stuff like that. It's fine. Happens. I could catch up. We'll see. Because I think, oh, we're on middle circuit. I need tires again. Oh, let's see if I can win the stadium. But yeah, if you are someone in one of these controversies, the easiest thing I would say is, who cares? People forget about stuff. Which is not quite the best advice. Sometimes it can definitely linger, and some people will definitely say, hey, aren't you that person who did this, or is this you? People will do that. But honestly as well, like, just like, own up. You know what I mean? Like, don't necessarily cave immediately just because a lot of people are slamming on you, but also, like, sometimes if people slam on you, there's a right reason. But just, like, just be candid. Be, like, or, I don't know, also just be silent. I don't have a do the Shin Megami Tensei thing and have a neutral route. I'm playing both sides so I can never lose. I don't actually have great advice, because I sometimes hear people also go, like, just don't engage with it, and I guess it depends on how noisy it is, but yeah, I don't know, maybe short term, never engage in controversy, air quotes, because it just kind of happens, you know, like, whatever. It seems like it's very easy to happen as well these days, like, there's not really any, I don't know, like me as a viewer, it's like, I can't, like, chill. Freaking people keep complaining about stuff. Like, can we just not, like, have good things? For example, there's that new RPG, what's the one? Expedition 33, I forgot the first half of the title, but it's got Expedition 33 at the back half of the name. A turn-based RPG with sort of Mario and Luigi reaction mechanics, and everyone's enjoying it, apart from, you know, a little bit of Wii 5 doesn't play nice with my computer. Well, not my computer in particular, I haven't played it, but there'll be people who have that opinion, and it's like, that's fine, and, you know, whatever, but there's a lot of people enjoying it, and I think a lot of people who aren't enjoying it are just like, not for me, as opposed to, it sucks, you know what I mean? Like, the good kind of not enjoying, where it's like, don't let me drag you down if you have a good time with it. That's the good stuff. So I really like, and it's interesting as well. It's a French-developed game by a bunch of people who are indie and ex-Ubisoft. And I'm like, as I was mentioning before, also is that TRD on the side of the road? It's probably more car brands and stuff that I'll recognize eventually. There's no... Actually, there probably are Toyotas in this game. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, yes. I remember that showing up in one of the presentations before, and I sort of thought, yeah, it looks okay. You know, RPG, but I didn't really, you know, it's hard to know an RPG ahead of time, so I'm glad that, like, people are giving it a go and going, oh, snap, it's actually really good. Oh, no! I'm checking as well, I'm making sure I'm not dropping anything this time. Not me router dying. I'm actually, I want to do a little bit of a switch up. I have a lot of my microservices deployed to, like, a monolithic Ubuntu server instance running lots of Docker images. I'm actually considering moving them all onto LXC containers. Because I'm running in Proxmox anyways, and I'm actually finding that, like... File permissions. I didn't say too much other than, like, I said a few weeks ago that, like, you know, and actually I said earlier in the stream as well, the company means nothing. There's a lot of games nowadays, Marathon... Did I talk about Marathon last time? I think I did. And it's just like, from the creators of Halo and Destiny, it's like, how many people in that company works on or made Halo? I don't think that many people anymore. So, there's a lot of, you know, the talent, the personnel who really makes you know, games good, or having, you know, the interesting kinds of ideas. Ex-Ubisoft. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're ex-Ubisoft in the sense of there can be talented personnel. I feel like if you're a game dev in France, you're most likely ex-Ubisoft in the same way as if you're a software engineer in Kansas City, you're most likely ex-Google. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, exactly. Like, and also shout out as well. It's a game that is not full price. I'm pretty sure it's 70 Australian for the standard edition, and it's the deluxe. Seems like a, you know, if you like the game, go for it, but it's not like a we're just selling you eventual content kind of deluxe edition. I appreciate that. French Persona, Paper Mario. I see the Persona stuff. I gotta look more into it. But yeah, I'm glad a lot of people are enjoying that game. And that's the kind of stuff that I think, you know, like, is really, really nice, that there are games like that that can flourish in an otherwise kind of somewhat saturated market. There are a lot of games these days. There are a lot of games constantly being made and released. Has actions. Yeah. I think here's a classic example is we had the Oblivion remaster, which got teased or leaked a lot, and a lot of people had no idea when it was coming out, and they ended up doing a shadow drop. It's interesting, it's an Unreal Engine 5 recreation of the engine, but then most of, if not all, the game content is actually exactly the same. They didn't touch up on any of it at all, which, warts and all, it has some of the funky bugs that you know and love out of the Elder Scrolls. And again, I see a lot of people enjoying it, apart from, you know, performance issues here and there, which seems to just always be the case. But a part of me goes, that game is 85 Australian dollars, $100 if you want the deluxe edition, which contains the DLC that, you know, like, there's so much DLC for Oblivion. Also, horse armor. I'm just saying, they're selling the horse armor separately again. Oblivion is a really good game. I'll still forever note that I sort of, I actually have, like, notes of a strategy or a plan of, like, me actually going through the game, for like a Let's Play way back in the day, but I never went ahead with it because I kind of was like, hey, this is going on. Morrowind has a lot of clunkier bits. I think Oblivion, a lot of people can accept its warts a lot more, but Morrowind's clunkier bits are like, oh boy, that's a bit tricky for people to sort of digest. I think Morrowind sort of needs a few more intermediate weapons and things like that as well, because it's got a problem where Bound Dagger seems to be a bit overkill. I have done all of these, which means I have a hunch I might be able to... Also, can I afford a part? Did I just... no, but we'll buy Sudless 3 if the Ice Race comes up, but... Here we go. Also ranking. So I'm 5 points behind, but I think there's 8 tracks, so I might be able to wing it. We'll see. On the same day as Clay Obscure, we got another highly rated RPG release. Which one? Oh my gosh, the drift. Oh, I should change the dials in the next next race as well. But yeah, I appreciate that there are some new game by the Danganronpa. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes. I saw that. I'm not currently engaging with it, but I saw it at the very least. I don't think I can catch up. I think I actually need to... Yeah, this one's gonna be a toughie to catch up. Yeah, you know, stuff it. I'm like, the sooner I call it, the better. So, the season changes, again, which means now we have an Autumn Hill. Which means also change the tires to Off-Road +3, because it's still Off-Road. 100 endings. Ain't got nothing on Shadow the Hedgehog. This track is kind of the same as the spring one, it's just backwards. And I didn't change the dials. Whoops. Someone actually made that joke in the Steam review. I'm trying to think of any other games that actually have that many endings. Shadow the Hedgehog's one is a bit of a meme though, isn't it? Because like it's like combination endings. It doesn't, or permutations of stuff. It's not actually like it's 324 individually handcrafted endings. It's like give me all the endings of Fallout New Vegas. Oops. Seasonal mechanics have become less common. Yeah, maybe. We are getting an Infinity Nikki update. I'll just add that on tomorrow, actually. I think it actually might be tomorrow. Why am I so slow here? I might need to grind the stadium a little bit. Yeah, jeez. Really doesn't have 326. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think it was, like, really that many. I don't think I can catch up on this one. Wow. Okay, we are gonna have to grind the stadium on this one. So, like, if you don't have a good way to pass time, that's bad. Yeah, exactly. I think it's always tricky. I think there's a lot of games with, like, weight mechanics now, which sort of weakens the whole passing of time anyways, I feel. I'll mention Nikki again. It's got a time of day mechanic. Useful for one singular like collectible item, and quests will sometimes just be like characters here at this time. Oh, each route has a name. Interesting. Arguably content, but certainly that is subset worthy. That's not like. What did I play recently and it's just got that? Oh, I'll mention one game I played. I played Tokyo Extreme Racer Advance on the GBA, and that game is cover though, so I'm content. Oh, very nice. Oh snap! I'm apparently dreadful. Can I catch him? Nope. Oh snap! Oh snap! I didn't count my laps. Oh. The rookie error. I was itching my nose, going, oh. Okay, well, definitely not. That's right. And I didn't change the speedometer again. No, it totally is the cars ahead. I tell ya. The 15 FPS kicks in real hard. Yeah, this squid speedometer isn't good luck for me anymore. We're gonna have to move on from the squid speedometer. Extreme lapping. Extreme! So I think in the, we didn't have all the meters are here. We're gonna have to use the Aurora meter. Oh, just throw them all in. Get a horn while you're at it. There you go. Happy now. Fortunately, can you rep the horn while you're on the screen? There you go. Whoa. You don't need a buy everything achievement. Fur release is always great though. Okay, let's grind that stadium a bit. We're gonna need the engine, and perhaps the chassis while I'm at it. Whoa, look at these dials. Woo. It's got a reflection and everything. Wow. Did I equip the hyper speed? I think I did, but... we'll see the momentum, because it does require beating the Grand Prix twice. and then there's a little bit of post-game, and that's why I'm like, ooh, like if I'm, you know, gonna cycle the Grand Prix and then beat it, they'll kind of sit me at 2 hours, but I don't know, we'll see. Will I just do another long one, catch up? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I'll see how much momentum I've got. If you see a long play on the internet, there's actually one that's like an hour 10, and he doesn't at all play the second Grand Prix. And then there's another one that's 2 hours 50, and he does play the second Grand Prix, but he doesn't play the post-game. So, it'd be nice to get something for it. Maybe. You could learn to become your own Retro Achievements developer and add it in as a revision. Along with the shopping, Guitar Hero World Tour, have a go at it. I gotta get back into deving as well. I know it hasn't been too long because I kind of rushed getting Hexen out. Although I'm glad that I had no requests on my time off, so that was fun. 25 minutes for post-game, and you're at 3 hours 15. Yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. I forgot how much money I needed. I think it was 5,000. Most people don't like the idea of taking it 6 to 8 months to be able to add one achievement. That's why you gotta add 2. You gotta add time trials. Seriously, time trials are the easiest, like, revision thing to add on Retro Achievements. It should be so straightforward to just throw those in on every single achievement set that's a racing game. If you are making a racing game, by the way, or a racing game set on Retro Achievements, and you don't have time trial achievements, you are asking for it. Someone is gonna do it. Oh, he's right on my tail. Come on, Yokohama. I believe in you. But yeah. No, I just wanted to mention those games, because I think it's good to, you know, weigh the endless spree of kind of negativity. I think there's always very easy to get like soaked up in negative content as well. But ultimately, hey, we want to play like fun games. That's what we do. And showing off cool stuff. And I can guarantee almost everyone has not played Choro Q2. Or Choro Q3. Or Choro Q Wonderful. So if you're enjoying somewhat some of the zaniness of what's happening here, I highly recommend it. It's so engaging as well. Like, it plays way better than it watches as well. Look at that! I'm in the club. In the club of perhaps being a little bit off on my money. You know what's nice? You can sell your stuff. We got the trade-in store, so I could trade in my Horns that I accidentally bought too many of. Or 85 high speed. I am on yeah. Might as well sell that just to sort of be that like tad bit over, because I know if I earn 900 bucks 2 more times, or 1 more times. Oh, I would have been there. No, I wouldn't. No. Alright, let's do 1 more stadium, and then we'll have enough money. Imagine wanting to not have everything at the same time. I'm pretty sure... I think it's Q3 actually has a own everything in the game simultaneously achievement, and it's missable because you can sell the normal parts the entire time. You like as well that your starting place in a race is based on where you finished that particular race last time. Just thought it's interesting. But yeah, so I mentioned Tokyo Extreme Racer Advance. Tokyo Extreme Racer Advance is a classic example of it has content. I'm pretty sure Blaze did the set on that one on Retro Achievements. And Blaze, I love you, man. Holy crap, that game is so dull. And I appreciate that you're showing it off, but also, never sell, never surrender. That is true. Tokyo Extreme Racer Advance consists of 6 basically highway arenas. They all kind of look the same. 2 of them are in Tokyo, 2 of them are in San Fran, 2 of them are in London, but they all look kind of the same. It's not his fault. No, it's not. I will throw him under the bus for Choro Q on the GameCube and playing through the game with all 100 bodies in the game. It doesn't change anything about the game, it's just what, like, physical car is on screen. We threw that in because technically the game tracks that. It's not going to award you with anything. That's what this Tokyo Extreme Racer does as well, is that ultimately it's got a quest mode where you, what you have to do is that you have to drive forward and then honk your horn at a guy and you'll challenge him to a race. And then it just involves driving further along the highway than he does. And then if you win, you get some money. Money is real tight at the beginning, and then eventually it's fine, but it's real tight at the beginning. Okay, so now we're at engine plus 7, which will really help. I don't have the chassis, which I hope isn't going to be a problem, at least at first, for the Autumn Hill. We'll see. The problem with Tokyo Extreme Racer is that is the game. Is that once you do all the cars, like every time you exit and you come back in, there'll be more cars for you to race, but they'll be ever so slightly faster. And after you've been after you've been a good number, you unlock the next track, but certain, rivals are only on certain tracks, and the game just, doesn't offer, it just has an empty road or a road full of already been people if you max it out. Oh, sorry, I meant the Choro Q. Well, fortunately, that one, it all got transferred into a subset, so... Unfortunately, that game isn't quite as fun as I'd want it to be. But it is indeed Choro Q. So, maybe I have to unconditionally like it. Isn't it weird how... Oh my gosh, other than the drifting, how much faster I am with the faster engine? It's expensive for a reason. But you slide so much... Exactly. But yeah, so to beat Tokyo Extreme Racer, you have to beat 128 rivals. All the tracks kind of look the same. All the enemy cars literally are the same black car, but for some odd reason, they gave them all a unique name, like a gang member name. Well, not a gang member name, but like rest in pieces. Tailgate or something like that, like giving them like names like that. And so technically, if you want to see all 128 car names, you could just dig through the menu without having to play the game, really. Yeah, it's kind of like 326 routes, but imagine that that's actually the game, like, because there's really nothing else. You get money that you can upgrade your car with, but it doesn't really change too much. Eventually, you're faster, that's it. Only by like a little bit as well. Choro Q is the master of making you absurdly fast. There we go. Alright, so let's go into this. Oh yeah, there's a Night Sea track as well. So I'm just gonna zoom through these and we'll just reset the championship from the beginning. But yeah, this is like the sea track, but it's at night. This will help gauge as well how many races there are. Literally the freeway. Stadium. I could probably whoop the stadium already. But yeah, and then, so the achievement set also goes one step further, and that's, okay, there's 7 tracks. Also, the ice track is available, so I might as well buy the studless, which I don't have enough money for, do I? Let's see, do I have a part I can trade in? Not really, I'm a little bit sensitive to that one, so... I mean, to be fair, do I need to do the ice circuit? The Wii Homebrew thing? Yeah, okay. I'll mention the Wii Homebrew thing after just finishing up with the Tokyo Extreme Racer. I know, I mentioned I was going to talk about it next. So 7 races. The shame. The absolute shame. Yeah, so on top of that, there's a quick race mode where literally, like, you take your car and then you just challenge cars immediately without having to honk them. And it's so dull and it's so repetitive. And you literally have to... The achievement set asks you to get at least 10 on all the tracks, which just feels so... Oh, I didn't buy the racing tire. Oh, I do have... Sorry, I'm blind. I'm completely blind. I think we're good otherwise, other than I will change this back to the black meter. Oh. But yeah, you have to do 50 cars, and then what does the game do? There's a splash screen that goes, you did it. You did all 50. And that's it. There's no reward for anything in the game. The game is just literally content the game. As in, I hope you are content, because that's all you're getting. And it's sad, because Tokyo Extreme Racer Advance has a decently, like, impressive 3D effect, but it's the fact that none of the rest of the game is any different. It's all the same. It never changes. It's like, what's the point? There you go. You get all your parts, you can whoop this Grand Prix. Oh, so you like how these were like 30-second laps before, and now it's 20.45. Very nice. Alright, Wii Homebrew. So I don't forget. Wii Homebrew. So, Fetty, you probably know more about this situation than I do, but effectively, the Wii Homebrew scene is in shambles because it's identified that there's a very core library to compiling and building any kind of Wii Homebrew software, particularly the Homebrew channel is probably the big one. Turns out, it uses open source library code from some library I've forgotten off the top of my head, and also actual proprietary Wii code that I'm very certain you shouldn't have. Or at least someone is very certain you shouldn't have. I'm not too sure. But that is a major goof, I would 100% say. The biggest part about that is, who knows? Who would actually know unless you work for Nintendo? It's, Light Chassis is good, man. I should have had it ages ago. Who needs ABS when you have Brake Plus 6? That should cost more ABS. I got the big tires for the meme, though. Also, we can actually save and exit while we're at it. Or not exit, but just save it there. Oh, look at that. I picked the same car, but I've been driving a bit more. Summer Hill off-road, so we need to go off-road. There you go. But yeah, using poorly licensed code is a big developer no-no. Anytime you see this happen, it really should get called up on. And it kind of sucks in the emulation space. Although actually, according to, I think, and I think Fetty, you shared this as well, the Dolphin devs said on their Discord this probably shouldn't affect things, or maybe the homebrew. I forgot where it was and who it was. Some people who probably know more than me, but I can't cite them, said this shouldn't affect emulation at the very least. But certainly it is going to drastically affect the homebrew scene, to the point of the homebrew channel literally is like, yep, we are just not going to continue developing now that we know this. And it really sucks, because it's just like, what do? You can't just look at the code and rewrite it, because obviously that's still using the property. The licensing would still apply even if you re-implemented it via the source. Reverse engineering may be a little more legally in the clear, but effectively, yeah, you would have to re-engineer and recompile everything. I think you're going to have a lot of homebrew projects be like, I don't care, because it's been in place for years. I'm also not too sure if it's Nintendo going. I don't think Nintendo's gone after anyone. Maybe. I would imagine if it is Nintendo code, someone would have had to acknowledge at Nintendo, right? I have seen, like, follow-up tweets, or at least, like, opinioned replies going, oh, screw Nintendo for this. But, like, legit, this is, like, and not to say, you know, like, Nintendo's in the right for going after emulation and all that stuff, because I think technically they might be legally in the clear to do other, you know, like, kind of emulation takedowns, but, you know, things like taking down Yuzu because of reverse engineering encryption, which technically, legally, they can do takedown notices. That's Section 1208 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Americans have that in law, and for some odd reason, they are not repealing that. Or the entire act, for that matter. But for things like, you know, hey, my code has a license where you can only, you know, either you have to copy the license verbatim, which is always a meme if you see it at the end of the Assassin's Creed Shadows credits, which is, by the way, 2 hours. But you'll see, like, the boost license and things like that, and it's like, yeah, they're using libraries that technically you can use them in your project, but you have to copy the license, so they've awkwardly shoved the license in the credits. Lemon posted an interesting alternative POV on the situation. I haven't seen that. Was it in the last few hours? Let's see. Look at that, man. Clean sweep right here. Might as well just save over it. Whoa. Okay, middle circuit, but now with the racing tires. And me being quick. It was a tweet. I can get the link. Yeah, sure, I can click on the link. Hopefully it redirects to Nida. Series of tweets. I know that black car is going to catch up, but... Oh! The drift! The drift, it hurts. I don't want to hear my engine anyways. But again, it's like, oh, the sense of speed, the sense of progression in this game, I love it. I love the, just, you know, you're going like 50% faster than you were before. And it feels so natural. It feels very organic. I guess my one complaint is maybe there's a few too many intermediate parts. You saw me immediately skip over, like, engine plus 4 and 5 and just immediately go to 6. I will click on that link in a bit, sorry. But I did see it. Also, you got your tracking tag in the URL. That's always a real obnoxious thing I hate about, like, all these websites. YouTube started doing it a few months ago as well, where it's got percent, or sorry, question mark equals SI, sorry, question mark SI, like it's query param, in the URLs for everything, and it's like, oh, just get, why? It's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious adding, like, unique identifiers into otherwise common URLs because you want to see where people are sending links all the time. Unless it throws off AI, in which case maybe, but... Dude, we're about to get into that terrifying period of AI, by the way, because we're having, like, people training AIs to run web browsers visually. And at that point, you know, oh boy, it's all over. They're going to actually learn how to do the captures. It did not open in Nida, but I did get a notification that someone liked my post. Thank you, person. There's lots of talent orgs that keep bringing up the post. Alright, switch back to Nida because Twitter doesn't open images for me. Like, if I'm on x.com, it doesn't actually open up anything. Putting this reply into a quote retweet because this is something that needs to be talked about. The individual who made this commit has done nothing for the past few years except complain about the users of his products. The individual who made this commit. Who made the commit? Was it the archive? Is that a commit message on... Okay. Complaints during the entirety of the Wii Homebrew scene about devious pirates, yet continues to happily work along it. Ah! Oh, is this a double-standard case? Hopefully not. Okay, Night C, which is still off-road. So we go back to the all-around. Also, I've got the big tires, which, oh, the big tires are better! Heck yeah! And let's change the black meter for the white meter. I did save before as well, so always save between the races. Why not? Resigns from a Linux project where he can't for a moment say one nice thing about the amazing work they put into most. I'm reading through it, sorry. And finally, one last FU closes off the Homebrew channel project. I do hate when people, like, really, like, you know, say FU and close off projects like that. I get there's probably a bajillion reasons, and also I do wonder whether people will, you know, exactly expose all the reasons. Love the fireworks, it's so good. And I love that, like, oh, just have a different version of the track be in a different season, or it's at nighttime, and it just provides such a different vibe. Look at all these buildings. And you drive down this river and you turn right here. That's where it all connects up. I love it. Oh. This is why I restarted the whole Grand Prix, was to at least catch up. There's missable achievements in this set for at least doing the whole Grand Prix with full points. Fortunately, I don't think he requires it in one sitting, so... but yeah, if this guy knows the person more, this isn't even about whether the claims are true or not, this is about the fact that this is clearly just a very negative person. Yeah, there's sometimes that. Oh, I looked over to read it, unfortunately, but that's okay, I can catch up. Nice big track as well. Very nice. Read the. I'm reading it. Oh no, some random library used 16 years ago has stolen code. F the whole scene. Well, okay, so to that I would say not F the whole scene. I would definitely say, hey, Homebrew can still exist in the sense of we gotta figure this out, but definitely. Stolen code is actually something that should be taken seriously. At least if it is. If it's not and you just made it up. Or, alternatively, if you planted the seeds, because if you've been working on an open source project and also if you worked on Linux before, I'm not too sure how, like, making a living working on open source, like, specifically as a freelance dev. I'm really actually not too sure about that space. How exactly one makes money other than, like, just typical, like, donations. Like, I have a coffee, I have a Patreon. You know, that kind of stuff. But I definitely say I don't want the whole scene to die. And it does seem like a very strong reaction to just be like, project is done. I don't think I ever said something like that for my Clone Hero stuff. Even though the project kind of... I really can't port myself to the news platform just because they really do not expose the Bepinex, and I really don't want to, like, sort of go back on my word on the, oh, sorry. The CH tweaks approach, I think in theory could maybe work, but there's still some fundamental problems about, like, getting all the mods to work. Because they strip the assemblies and all that stuff. It's just a pain. It's an absolute pain, so... you're an inspiration to people like me and so many others who grew up wanting to work in the cybersecurity field. Now you look like a total joke. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I think, one, this guy probably has more reasons than what we're probably seeing in the tweet. But also, it seems very reactionary and also just saying, hey, the whole, you know, the quote in the original tweet, the Wii Homebrew community was all built on the top of a pile of lies and copyright infringement. Not necessarily. It might be compiled against a lot of copyright infringement. But certainly built on top of it, no. Because, like all software, you should be able to substitute out layers. And in theory, there is no reason why the real Wii, like, copywritten way is the best way to do things. There's a lot of projects out there where it's like, hey, people manage to, like, re-implement things and make it, like, way better. Easy example is the Mario 64 recompilation project, which clearly uses art assets from Mario 64. I'm not too sure if you have to dump them. Probably, maybe. Or things like the Pokemon Red recompilation or all that stuff. You know, like, there's lots of projects out there that are definitely teetering on the, you know, like, are you legally allowed to do this? There's probably a lot of cases where maybe not, but, like, then the question comes of damages. And to that, I would definitely say, yeah, even though I probably do agree that if it is unlicensed code in both of these cases, you probably shouldn't be doing it like that. But does it necessarily mean that, like, you were wrong for doing it in the first place? Well, no, I don't know. Probably not. Like, there's lots of projects out there where people are making things out of the love of it. Homebrew is certainly one of them. Building software on otherwise obsolete systems is an incredible kind of culture, and I really do admire those people because they have a lot more patience than I do. I'm like, I'm starting to get into that space where it's like, bro, I don't think I'll ever program in C++ professionally. Again, I'm like, the amount of, like, I just want to get stuff done. I can do it in C#, I can do it in Java, I can do it in Python. I just want to do it like that, that's all fine. People doing stuff, you know, for operating systems, things like that. Oh yeah, sure, I get it. I completely get why you'd want to do it in a much lower language, because C# and all the other languages have runtimes, whereas C++, compiled to native, that kind of stuff. But the point is that there's, you know, there's a time and a place for fun things, and a lot of people really, really do like the homebrew scene, both as, I guess, consumers, and also as, so we can do the Freezy race now, because I did not buy the studless tires, but I can do it right now. Who's the nice guy in the UI who added a blue highlight to anything you've bought already? Seriously, that's such an easy one to, like, miss, and they got it. They got it. So Winter Hill. Let's put on the studless 3, because I think you'll need it. Love that spin. That spin is so good. But yeah, if this person is definitely, you know, how would I put it? If this Teen Twizzers person from the tweet is legit in saying, hey, this person is like, you know, a bit of a con, a bit of like a, you're just quitting, you know, in a very dramatic fashion as well, which is kind of legit, like, here's what I don't understand. If you're actually quitting because you really want to just, like, wind down, why do it like this? I love these season tracks. They're good fun. Even if we have no reason to have a snow track any other way, though. Yeah. And it's not the first time I've seen a dev go nuclear. Core.js is probably one of the most famous examples recently. Why yes, I hate the Russia-Ukraine war. Let me try to detect that you're in Russia and delete all the files on your computer. That's a fun moment. I'm pretty sure there's another one as well. I would definitely say as well, as a dev, it actually is really easy. Like, the temptation to freaking go nuclear is actually really easy as well. I definitely know I had a very, like, kind of rough falling out of that Clonera camp, and I can certainly tell you that the power to run code on random people's computers was very real. I can guarantee, by the way, and someone can bet me on this. All the builds are legit. They come straight from AppVeyor. They were exactly what was in that repo, though it's hopefully nothing insidious in there. But holy crap. If you feel so wronged by someone, it's so easy to go nuclear. It is so easy. And as a dev, and really as anything, you have to love the craft. You have to really appreciate your work, take the strong points of what you've done, and move on to something better. Leave on amicable terms. Never go that nuclear. Even if you're hating stuff, even if you're like, hey, you know, like, stuff is bad. I really hate the scenario, I don't get the appreciation, I don't get the money, or something like that. If any of that is true, leave on amicable terms. Be candid if you really want to. You don't have to go nuclear. You really don't have to go nuclear. Let's get them big tires out again. For the stadium. But I do think that's a separate issue. Like, the people who go nuclear aren't interested in hearing how they shouldn't go nuclear. Well, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it depends. Yeah, this one might be a tricky one to actually win, but again, that's why we've got a leeway. Oh, never mind, I'm catching up. I'm crushing it now, apparently. I think this game is the one where I was like, yeah, big tires, and it's such a meme. Because they might actually be better than all the other dirt tires, like even later game ones. It's kind of weird getting a fastest lap on your first lap, isn't it? That's what happened. Yeah, whoa. Colonial Launcher didn't go nuclear, I think, but it did have the whole development work can't continue, and that for that reason, that was because when they were moving to the, well, first of all, one, calling your thing Colonial Launcher, and then they actually released a Colonial Launcher is kind of awkward. But also the whole point, the way that it patched the game was that it added a change to one of the core Unity libraries, such that when it statically instantiates game object, it would try to initialize a singleton of I guess the patcher instance, and in that it would load a library. So it would do that at runtime, and then that library would be able to do all of its stuff. But all of that relies on that library existing. And as they moved into the real Colonial Launcher, they started stripping the assemblies and removing all these functions out of the standard library that wasn't being used by the game at compile time. But at runtime, you don't know, and all the late patched code is, you know, from mods and all the other stuff, tweaks. The official Colonial Launcher was used for. Oh, is that actually done? As in, like, done, like they're not doing any more of it? I haven't been following in the space. I know 1.0 release, but I actually really haven't been following in the space since they released that. So I actually don't know what's happening there. Same dev then went into making Score Spy. I remember I got invited to actually work on Score Spy, and I kind of said, yeah, it's probably a bit beyond my understanding on that. Well, sorry, my expertise on that one. This is a very nice kind of finishing track as well. It looks familiar, and then you gotta turn left here. And now you're on the middle circuit. That's right, it's short, middle, and long. As in, it's how long the track is, not necessarily where it is. But it does have this music again. Didn't hear about how I did not hear about how Score Spy ended. I have been very out of that space, and partially, it's because, like, one, you know, I got a bit hard done by a bunch of stuff. What even is a Score Spy? I believe it was a tool that was, did you have to patch the game to add it? Or does it work off the, I think the in-game screenshots actually work for that. Sorry, oh, calling it, sorry, no, it's a community. Yeah, Clone Hero site for leaderboards. I believe in Clone Hero, when you hit take screenshot at the end of a screenshot, it actually does some visually like lossless, but technically it is lossy encoding of your actual score within the image itself. Like, it just slightly modifies pixels such that you can reverse the data out of it. That's what Score Spy does. It would read the screenshot and, you know, kind of validate that, oh yeah, you know, the screenshot was legit using these things. If you reverse the code for long enough, you could probably figure out exactly how it's doing it, but I don't quite know how to go backwards on it. And also, I feel like it's probably not in the best spirit to go backwards on it. If anything, I'd probably prefer to go forward, like just run the code that generates the image, and see that using the score and stuff generates the same image, as opposed to reversing the image and validating values. Both of these fit. I had a bit of a falling out with the community. I feel a little bad because I do, like, have, like, what did I do? When I was trying to figure out, like, who, because I got doxed during that wasn't fun. But, like, when I was trying to find out who, I actually, like, I said some very kind of accusatory things towards fans of some big creators. I feel kind of bad for that, but like, I'm also like, well, I did find out who it was, and they were, so somewhat we got there in the end, but it's so freaking messy to even have any of that happen in the first place. Like, none of that should have happened. You could probably ask Lemon. Maybe, yeah. So, look at that, we won! And it's not even 2 hours yet. Maybe I should just keep going. Woo! That's literally what the game's about to do. So the music changes. I believe now we should have... what else? If you go to race, you've now got Cyber as a track. I believe you have to win all the other races, and then you get Cyber. So we'll check it out. Yeah, Tamsoft's in there, and Takara's the devs. This track is cool aesthetically. And there's, whoa. These boxes are hilarious as well. It's not a deeply complex track, though. Again, though, music's always a vibe. Whoa. We'll get there. I think I've seen that there's actually a way to break out of the track. Oh, this one might be a tricky one to come first in. Actually, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I keep looking at chat. I'm sorry. There we go. We're all good. I should have, like, overlay chat or just, like, something, like, in the corner of my... Because it's always tricky. The green room. What did we say? I don't know what they say. Something express, I saw. Spaceships are always great to add in every video game, though. Every game needs spaceships. Yeah, I think the AI doesn't really know how to deal with that corner either. This is probably one of the more gentle endings of a Choro Q game as well, because some of them are just, like, kind of absurd. But I think these, especially 3, it's just like, it lets you go god tier on everyone. Just dunk on everyone. You know, that kind of stuff. Finish. It's good money, though. And there we go, that's every track. So then you get the Super GP, which is kind of the same thing, but again. But we will do it because there is a reward. Let's put on the big tires. I was just like, which one is it? And let's head off to town. These games aren't too long, to be fair. So I believe, I don't think it's now, but I am going to check out the spooky shop. One, we're a lot faster now, so the jump feels maybe a bit more natural. Kind of. Oh, and it's still closed anyways. It really doesn't matter. But can we do the other jump? Because now I've got the big tire, so maybe that'll actually make the other jump easier. Also, is the casino open now? Let's just double check. No, still no. Sure, it's not really a short game. Jumps or movement in general feel natural. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, this game is, like, wild. Nothing feels natural at all. Like, this still doesn't feel quite right, does it? I don't think I'm really meant to be doing this right now. Yeah, this is Skyrim horse. Does Oblivion have horses like this? Alright, one last wind up. No, we don't have the distance. We don't have the acceleration to do it. The theory is there, but the expertise is not. But yeah, I don't think... I'm trying to think, is there any other big thing to do? Because it's like... We'll just do the Super GP now. Might as well just save and have another crack at it. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna whoop my butt. Because I'm not getting any upgrades, so... We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like when I was a kid, I'm winning all the 50cc races, went to 100cc, and I think immediately went to 150cc. Oh yeah, exactly. But I really love that, like, these games, you know, they work their way up into it. So I think you gotta deal with this, like, Subaru up the front. Because he is going. It's not impossible, but he is going. And he's not a Subaru. You only have a bright blue car and it's not an Impreza. It is 97 though. Actually, no, they should be fine. They should be fine, yeah. There we go. I think it was that Mario Kart DS AI difficulty was tied to the CC class in the cups, but not the free racing. Yes! 50cc on hard is just like a very wild thing. This guy is really on my tail. Oh, this guy's really on my tail. Oh no, it's not as bad. And then you do mirror mode and you're like, hold on. Nothing changed. This is a pre-mirror mode racing game though. It's always surprising to see like tons of other games suddenly like switch it up. Actually, you know what was one? I actually played through literally this afternoon, like a couple of hours ago, Porsche Challenge for the PS1, which is an in-house Sony Computer Entertainment Europe title. It's very bare bones. You could probably master the achievement set real quick. But it has a mirror mode. I thought that's interesting for a 1997 PS1 game. Castlevania. Oh, true. Technically, yes. Lots of money for this one, though, I'll tell ya. Can we continue beating Blue Pegasus? Let's see. We're off-road, aren't we? Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, yes! I know I was struggling with the big tires, so we'll see. Also, you notice that, this is not the, this was not the second race last time, so... yeah. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about Porsche Challenge. Yeah. The games I did play all 4 of the Spyro GBA games. And what I can safely say is, I will play through those in the coming few years of stream. Or I just binge them, one of the two. They're much shorter, you can beat all of them in like 2 streams each. Spyro Orange legit is a 1 out of 5 game for me, and I find 2 is mid, 1.5 is below average, like kind of bad, and 1 is like, man, you did something really wrong. Turns out, I don't like shoot 'em ups, or at least bland ones. I think my A button is very sad for me as well. Yeah, Crash Purple's okay. The weird part about Crash Orange, and to be fair, I'll never play Crash Orange on stream. Most likely not. Life's too short to be playing bad games on stream all the time. I say immediately after coming out of Enter the Dragonfly. The thing is that Enter the Dragonfly is a meme. I'll just say that one. But yeah, Crash Purple and Spyro Orange are developed by Vicarious Visions, who made the other 2 Crash GBA games. And Spyro Orange is very much... I think I described it as it's the abandoned sibling, because one is the prodigal son, and one is Spyro Orange. And prodigal son is... Prodigal? Is it with a soft G or a hard G? I don't know. Pressing the button makes the car go faster, right? Yes, exactly. PS2. True, Gran Turismo 4 actually does have pressure-sensitive acceleration, so it actually does. But yeah, no, Spyro Orange is dreadful because instead of a Spyro game where you go around and you collect gems and some kind of pickup, you go around some side-scrolling areas and it has portals to mini-games that you have to spend gems to enter. If you don't have enough gems, you have to awkwardly flail around in the hub world and not die. Pick up one gem at a time. RG Prodigal? Okay. Yeah, I think it's Prodigal. I think I started with that one and I was... Actually, did I? I don't know. I'm gonna gaslight myself into thinking I was saying it right the entire time. I miss the PS1 aesthetic, I tell ya. It's so good. But yeah, you have to awkwardly go around the hub world and get the gems. Then you go into the mini games. Most of the... Oh, Prodigious. Yeah. You have to awkwardly do the mini games, which most of them are shoot 'em ups, which is very lame. And then you've got like an Arkanoid one, which is okay. And then you've got like button mash ones, which are also very lame. Literally on the freeway. And then, yeah, it's not really much in it. You do... Oh, and also then, yeah, so each hub has 5 mini-games. When you do all 5, you gotta just somehow find the portal somewhere that continues on to the next hub. And then after the 4th hub, they go, oh, the 5th hub's through here. But, get wrecked. You didn't play every minigame 3 times, did you? No? Then bugger off. And so you have to go back and awkwardly just play everything again 3 times. And one of the minigames in the final hub is very awkward. It's so awkward. The second difficulty is harder than the third one. Like the one where you do like your VVVVVV, like flipping, or was it Switch Force? Is that the other one? You flip gravity. You like walk on the ceiling, but it's such an awkwardly churn. I got to the end. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, there's no fast travel. So if you want to go back to the beginning place, you have to wander back through about 8 screens of things. And I don't remember where everything is. And then bonus points as well. As you beat more of the hard level things, bonus minigames will suddenly appear. But the portals aren't visible from an outsider perspective. You have no idea where they are. Spoilers, the 5th hub has nothing interesting. It has a, you know, the boss fight is a thing, I guess. Oh man, I'm whooping these guys. I thought this was the Super GP. Oh, okay. Yeah, jeez. And I thought about 2-parting this game. Seriously, I've got day 1 in the stream name. I really did think I was going to 2-part this one. We'll see. Crash Purple instead, you need to collect gems. At the very least, that is what you do in Crash. But... yeah, exactly. But it is awkward in the minigames. Some of the minigames are just like, quick. They're like, drop down, do a thing. It's easy, but... yeah, some of them are a bit awkward in that game. I keep going back to the screen as if there's something new for me there. Dude, the sound effects are so good. So they put Autumn Hill in the freaking race. As far as Orange, there's no indicator of multiple tiers. Oh, exactly, yeah. Literally, the portal changes color, but like you think it's just done. You have no idea that actually you had to do it 3 times and it changes color each time. Fortunately, Retro Achievements is your indication of what you've done. I'd recommend using that. It seems it's decently useful. Very awkwardly, as well, there is an achievement for getting every card in the game, and there's it's broken down by a hub, and every hub has a shop, and the shops are just all about wasting your money on the cards. But also there's an exclusive card that you earn on every screen of the hub world by picking up every like larger than 1 gem in that hub map, and it's just like, why? It's actually not that bad. It's easier done than said, but it is just like, oh, okay. Man, this guy's getting away from me here, I tell ya. And I am slip sliding, so this one's not going my way. But this one was trickier for some reason in the free play as well. Fortunately, I'm not going for the achievement where you max points. So as long as if I come second, I'll still get plenty of points. They are collectibles, that is true, but they are also lame. Oh, sorry, as in those gems? Yeah, sorry, it's also very lame that, like, those gems don't come back. They get replaced with one-point gems, and it's like, I need money. There's no way to get money in this game. Other than bind your turbo button to something and enter the minigame where you mash A and get 30 gems a go. It's so lame. It's a really lame game. Also, they made Spyro, like, hover slightly, like, awkwardly, by pressing A repeatedly, as opposed to once, like, every other Spyro game. It's so baffling. It's so baffling that, like, it's 2004, and they made a Spyro game that, like, is just dreadful. And it's weird, because I came out of the other 3 Spyro games on the on the GBA. Oh, snap, we put Cyber in the actual cup. Ah. It's bizarre, because it's like, I wouldn't imagine Vicarious Visions, or at least the GBA department, to, like, botch it. It seems like it's a very forced venture. They saw Pokemon, and Pokemon had already been doing its thing for a while, and they just thought, oh, we can do, like, the companion tie-in game. That's just why they have the trading mechanic for the cards as well, which is worthless, right? Is there any reward for collecting every card? Other than seeing the cards. And you get all of the cards in each game. There is no reason to also trade for them, really. The reward is having every card, yeah. That's what I mean, like, at some point, and I know we're talking about, like, retro achievements and stuff like that, where it's like, part of retro achievements is somewhat the superficial nature of, like, achieving something. It's like, bro, you played a video game, like, the achievement should be a personal triumph. And, I like retro achievements in terms of, one, it's kind of like a book club. It brings people together over something that, like, typically, you know, who the heck talks about Porsche Challenge on the PS1? That's the joy of that site. But, like, you know, other than, like, saying, oh, I've done this challenge or this kind of achievement, you know what I mean? But, like, if you don't feel like you have to do a challenge, you don't have to. There shouldn't really be any pressure in doing it. You can urge yourself on and do some fun ones. Like, Achievement of the Week's always good fun as well. Play something that you'd probably never consider otherwise. Play some racing titles and get your Ayrton Senna icon on the site. I realize I'm not like crazy introverted, but I was just like, oh, like, you know, in order to get some of the, like, was it for that challenge, they look through people's masteries and figure out which games people have mastered, but they don't look at beats for that one. So I think you have to raise a question or raise a post saying, oh, I've beaten these games, can you count me for 1 point towards the icon challenge? And I think I'd probably have already gotten enough points if you count the number of games I've beaten and stuff like that, but I kind of want to see if I can just do it without raising the post. I think I'm at 15 already. I've already beaten or mastered 5 games on that set. There's the real low-hanging fruit ones. Maybe I'll just do those, but... Okay, I really don't want to, like, absolutely botch up the snow one. Here we go. But yeah, the other game I beat over the break was Lego Star Wars on the GBA, which is... I just played a ton of GBA games, and I was like, this is a very minimal port of Lego Star Wars. Like, it's enough to say, yes, it is Lego Star Wars, but it lacks a lot of the levels that you'd expect. For example, it reuses Tatooine in Episode 2, like, literally the same level. It reuses it, and then you're in the factory, and then you're still in the factory and the episode's over. That's it, that's episode 2. They definitely put in more effort into episode 3, but they're also just recycling and rehashing environments over and over and over again. And, I mean, it's got characters. It's got 15 characters as opposed to 58, and most of the characters are Jedis, with 2 blaster characters, and Chewbacca uses a blaster instead of this iconic crossbow. And Jar Jar high jumps, and that's it. Also, they gave Jar Jar a bomb. Which is kind of weird. But, yeah, no. I did like the Spyro GBA games. I'd probably recommend those, but I'll give them a proper playthrough and a talk through. Sorry, not Spyro Orange, but the other 3. The first one's a bit okay, but they fixed it. They learned from their mistakes and did better afterwards. Jar Jar bombs. R2-D2's also got landmines. Oh, and the really weird thing about the LEGO Star Wars game on the GBA is that to switch characters, you basically kill yourself. Like, you dismantle and then you just reappear as the person. It's like freaking body snatches. It's kind of odd. I can't explain it, man. I really can't explain it. Dude, we're rolling in it. The Rhinox one. Attack of the Rhinox is a very interesting one, but again, I'll reserve judgment for, or sorry, not judgment, but like I'll reserve my full opinions for playing that on stream, because 3 GBA games, I can play it over the next 3 years. It'll be good fun. But I did think that one was the best out of all of them. I think they got better as they went along, and that one was an interesting take on it all. I was like, yeah, you know, it's Spyro recreated somewhat for the handheld, and they've all got their kind of annoying parts, but I think that one probably has the least amount of annoying, so that's good. And they're definitely, like, at least 2 and 3. At least Season of Flame and Attack of the Rhinox worth playing if you enjoy the PS1 games. Season of Ice is a bit meh. I think the level design's a bit odd, and there's a really nice part where the as in Season of Ice, you know, it's a 3D isometric game. The camera is so hard fixed on Spyro, it's very hard to actually like see ahead of you. You gotta constantly like hold L and just look forward and try and figure out everything. Season of Flame, literally the camera leads Spyro so much it's not a problem anymore. But it does make the 3 boss fights a little rough, just a little. But it's like I would prefer the rest of the game being fine. And then Attack of the Rhinox figured out if we fix the camera in the boss fights, everyone is happy. There you go. But it is interesting. There's a lot of GBA games where I'm just like, yeah, you know, like these are GBA versions of things. I've played them in the past, so I've got memory recollection of them, but they are, for all intents and purposes, very faithful Crash games. I did like Twisted a little more. It's got a little more variety to it, but Crash works well in a 2D environment, because somewhat Crash already does 2D stuff anyways. So, I think it's a pretty natural fit. Oh, absolutely crushing this race, jeez. Has it only been 22 minutes since I beat the the cup the first time, by the way? Jeez. There was a lot more grinding in the first game, I tell ya. This one's sort of a bit more buttery, because you get so much money anyways. I love this bridge, it's very Virtua Racer. Such a Biendeo moment right there. Ah. There we go. Nice and easy. Sure, I didn't get max points, but I don't think the game itself cares. I won, and that's all that matters. And Blue Pegasus didn't even come second. Whoa. We did it! Again! And yeah, that's credits technically, or sort of credits. A cast roll. Everyone likes a good cast roll. Yeah, I'm not too sure if there's anything else after the Super GP. There's a little bit, actually there's a little bit more. I know there's a little bit, but... Yeah, what an interesting game. I think that like this one definitely fixes on a lot of the, you know, the grindier parts of the first one, as well as also it controls a lot better. I didn't buy lots of the body parts as well, but there's a lot of them in this game as well. So also there's a 2-player mode, so I do want to show it off just a little bit. There we go. Actual credits. Oh, sorry. I'm also like reading up other things. It's like, did I get anything wrong? Yeah, okay. The bonus, as in that extra bit of money you could have gotten, you get that if you don't bump anyone. That's what you get. We gotta do our little mini races as well, right? Or our mini games, the drag racing. There we go. Yeah, what else has been going on otherwise? I think it's been pretty chill. I think it's been, well, not pretty chill. It's been way too much over the past 2 weeks, I tell ya. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of exciting things, I guess, to look forward to in the next few months. I think I mentioned I didn't vibe with the Mars Volta album last stream. It's a bit unfortunate. I like him, but it's just like, it's just not as inventive, or as catchy as their other one. So, but yeah. I feel like I've been on a journey. It's like, oh, you know, just play through a whole game on stream. Oh my goodness. I still enjoy doing these as good fun, and I just want to reiterate as well. It's like, you know, I mentioned all these like VTuber dramas and all that stuff. There's a lot of people out there who do it as a career, and it's definitely like, for me, it's like, it's not a career. I just do these for fun. I like venting. I like saying my piece on things. I like showing off cool games that maybe I have feelings about, or there's just interesting things to show off. Choro Q is certainly one of those games where most people... Also, hey, there's a bunch of brands there. Probably a lot of people will have never heard of this one, and I would highly recommend it. Highly recommend. So we got a little more to show off as well. This game is endless. You know. So, yeah, so it just... There is a post-game, so we have some things. First of all, if we go to town, we now actually have the casino, as well as that mysterious shop that we had seen before. Is there a Body Shop 3? Maybe. So we can go into this mysterious shop. And, I'm gonna need some money. The Devil Tires are absolutely absurd to buy. In fact, all of these are absurd to buy. But the Devil Tires in particular. As well as you can also buy, you know, armored vehicle, literal train. Also, I know it's manual, but this is actually like a GOAT purchase. And same thing with the chassis, because they're really easy. The brake is, you know, you could skip the brake. But yeah, no, that's some really expensive stuff, so... yes. So, you know how we do this? We go to the casino, and we gamble it all. put on the fast forward and you'll get through this. I'm not going to show off the whole devil parts because, yeah, no, it's a bit of a grindy stream otherwise. But gambling is good fun, and maybe that's why this game didn't get localized. Talking about racing games that are worth playing, I do regret never playing Need for Speed in the 2000s. I do think Need for Speed Underground is a very kind of game. Underground 2 is an absolute vibe. And then Most Wanted is an absolute vibe. And Carbon is, it's more Most Wanted, which is fine. We're gonna double up. I did it! I made money! So I think in theory you might be able to, like, actually make a bunch of cash on this? Maybe? Like, I think it pays out eventually. Underground 2, Most Wanted, yeah, particularly those two. If it wasn't for soundtracks, I would love to play one of those games on stream. But, yeah, unfortunately, you know, you're missing out if you're not hearing the soundtrack, and so I don't think a stream would really do it justice. Also, you have to watch out for Most Wanted 2012. 90% of gamblers. Nah, man, I'm the 10% here. Also, you see that? 777, you get 100,000, which, remember, it was 666,000 for the devil tires. It'll happen eventually. I think you do make money with this, because it's 100 a row, and, I mean, the cheapest, you know, payout is 1,000, which is like, you'll probably get there. Why would you add a slot machine to your game and not give you, like, a good rate, you know? Proceeds to not get a good rate. There's a couple of extra things I want to show off, and I really hope that I don't need the devil parts to show off. But I'll leave it as an exercise to the viewer. If play this game, make that money for the devil parts. I usually try to keep the streams pretty, like, emulator free, but a part of me is like, oh, do I just hold down the, you know, the fast forward button on the emulator and just see what happens? I think I'm losing money here as well, so hold on, we'll just back out, because I'll show off the other things as well. So let's show off the Gymkhana. So first of all, let's put on the good chassis, the Supreme chassis, as well as also the MT6 Supreme. The speed is great. Who cares about the wing? Yeah, it goes fast. So yeah, so the Gymkhana is kind of interesting. If you forgot the path, just follow the, whoops. Just follow the yeah, finally 6 gears. Just follow the tread on the ground. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh. There you go. That's the Gymkhana. Nope, we're not seeing that. There you go. Challenger for time. I think you have to beat 30 seconds for the retro achievement. We've also got drag racing, which you can go... Here we go. Let's see how good this Supreme is. The tires aren't having it, man. If they were the GOAT tires, they'd be having a fun time here. There you go, 888. What are you, dragging in a drag race? Exactly. Exactly. Let's go back to town as well, because there's a couple of things I want to show off as well. So, first of all, there is a massive, like, crazy secret. I am genuinely surprised that this is in the game. So here's the drag race line. And as we go faster and faster, and we zoom forward, you'll be able to drive through this and just run off that. If you jump up here, old courses restored. What? And yes, if you go to race, maybe? No, sorry, if you go to free run, so first of all the courses are in the game. And then, hold on, wait, where is it? Where is it? Hold on. I just did that, did I not? Where is it? Oh, sorry, old courses, I'm blind. Look at that! Look at that! Yeah, all the seasonal races are in free race mode, so you can still just run them at all. But like, check this out. This is freaking... Hold on, we'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there. They put all the tracks from the first game in this game. All of them. It's even got the music as well. And they still run like doo-doo. And now you can spot the difference in the art style. It's like, oh, snap. Oh, snap, now I have to do manual transmission without hearing it. But yeah, you'll probably be juggling between like 5th and 6th gear most often. And the AI is a bit rough, and also I suck. But yeah, no, it's like, they even got Tsukuba Circuit just chilling there. But all of them are worth 3,000. Oh yeah, especially. To be fair though, as well, I'm pretty sure most of the PS2 games actually use like the blue CDs. They're not big enough to actually need like big DVD constraints, so... Oh boy, yeah, these tires are crying. I love that pit box there. Oh! Every time. That's okay. If I get 3rd, I'm doing okay. I don't think there's actually any, like, hard reward for winning all of these. It's just kind of a nice little bonus. Once you're on retro treatments, I'm winning them as a must. That first corner always seems to get the AI, but unfortunately the rest of the corners get me. I might be able to get 2nd. Maybe. Come on. Oh, no. Yes. No. Yes. 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 Yeah, we got it. We're good. I believe that this might be the quickest way to get money. But 666,000 is kind of absurd. I'm very certain gambling is how you really want to do it. Back to the town. If we go... yeah, back to the town. I think there's one other thing I wanted to show off in the town. Which is... oh, yeah, the jump. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, we need to do the jump, don't we? And I gotta get the big tires out. Not this jump. This jump doesn't exist still. So hold on, let's get the big tires out. Big tires. Yeah, we gotta we gotta end up in the ones that hold on as well. Back to Mysterious Shop. I'm going for the engine. I hope I didn't need the tires, although the Supreme tires will probably help for doing the races, but Supreme engine. There you go. Now I feel pride and accomplishment right there. So, okay, so if we try to find wherever the heck the pit was, down here. Oh, sorry, I added an extra 0. Okay, it's not too bad. Winning the jackpot will get me there. That is good to know that the jackpot is a moment away. Maybe we just do the rest of the stream trying to do a jackpot. Oh. I would like to go up here now. I think I just need to zoom it. Wind up. Okay, I got up here with a slower engine before. Hold on. Oh, so close. Oh, come on. This is... You ever play Getting Over It? That's how I feel right now. I wonder if I could just like ride the side of this and just like get a nice jump like that. Instead of actually having to like, yeah, you see what I mean? Like, if I had the momentum. Yeah. In reality, it's like that. In video game, I don't know. I actually think I might have that, because you've seen how clunky the ledges work. It's like, oh yeah, you're on it. Sexy hiking. Okay, not like that. Although, you see how it was like, oh, did you actually want to go up that ledge? And I was like, ooh. Oh. No. Like, it really doesn't look like I'm going to land on that ledge, but then... It's a maybe. It's a maybe. Ah, the more I know. Oh. It really doesn't look like I'm getting up there. I don't know. I'll give it 2 more goes. It's so clunky, isn't it? It's so weird looking. Foddy literally says it in Getting Over It. I will still never forgive Foddy for... Did Foddy do Pole Riders? Was that him? I'll never forgive him. Oh! Snap! There's a paint shop. The paint shop is in there! It's like... Oh my gosh, how hidden away is that? The second paint shop, rather. The first one lets you do, like, color and stuff. The second one lets you do RGB. Yeah. It's a bit wild. So let's continue being a bit wild, shall we? Check it out. So if I quit the game and we go back to the main menu, there exists the 2-player. So if you have a second controller plugged in, you can versus play. And one of the nice things is that you can actually load your car that you've got currently saved on the memory card. So in this, you can do a race on C, Middle Circuit, Long Circuit, Spring Hill, Freeway, Battle Crash, and Chicken Race. That's right, we have Chicken Race. And you can also change your car if you want to, but... I'm gonna change the... Yeah, you can actually change all this stuff. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was like, did I equip the Supreme Engine? Yes. Drop your rival from the cliff or get 4 coins to win. So, obviously I don't have a second player, so I can't exactly show you a fair fight. But, yeah, big coins, and you can push your opponent. And if you push him off, then, whoops. Oh. There we go. Oh, no, sorry, you can't play as the memory card. So yeah, and if one of you guys drives off, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get the coin. Oh no! Then you win, easy. That's nice. There's also Chicken Race, which is reach the goal first without falling down. This is actually a staple. This is in like nearly every other Choro Q game. It's kind of cheating as well when one person's using their memory card freaking car, because clearly... I was going to say clearly they're faster, but I guess not. What's happening here, man? I'll tell ya. Whoa. You can barely see anything past the camera. Oh! Oh! Oh. It's a draw. It was a draw the whole time. Now, I'm going to try that again. Because, did you notice something? It's so cheeky. This is one of the cheekiest secrets I've ever seen in any video game. Try to... Oh, boy. This is going to be tricky, I tell you. This is what I mean by I really hope I don't need, like... that. Actually, I think I might need to change the tires. I might need to change the tires. You're seeing what I'm trying to pull off here. Change the tires to the racing tires. There we go. But this, oh, this is a cheeky secret, I tell ya. A real cheeky one. Yeah, this is a bit more speed. Need a bit more gusto, but we'll get there. Your goal is to somehow do this jump and land. Yeah, there we go. Land to the island. Then navigate around this island, and you'll spot a little cave. The beach, exactly. Let's hit the beach. And the frame rate is absolutely dying here, but head up here. Go towards the clock tower jump. Yeah, so if you didn't know that there was a secret for the clock tower, then now the game tells you. It's not exactly a prize in itself, but it's amazing that the incredibly hidden bonus tracks are actually just chilling there because, you know, there's a little secret there. But probably a lot of people are probably not going to find that the secret's in the 2-player mode, are they? And then also there's a free play mode as well, so you can pick any of your cars, or sorry, any of these basic ones, and then you got a little, you know, pick one of the 6 tracks. There you go. So that's pretty much all of the game, I think. I'll sort of run the gambling a bit, because hey, if I win the gambling, then we can buy the tires right away. But we'll see. To the gambling. That's disappointing, isn't it? We're just gonna gamble for a bit. Did I have any other news or any other things to queue up? Not really any. There's the funny stories about how you wouldn't download a car, freaking, you know, those infomercials from the, not infomercials, you know, before your DVD movie plays. That's gonna be fun if I run out of money, anyway. Oh, they are gonna make me run out of money. That's what I get for buying the wheels without having a buffer amount of money. Big bucks, no whammy. Dang it. But yeah, no, so there's a... What did you do, Pole Riders? Pole Riders is like absolute, like some of the most manic 2-player stuff you can ever play. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, this is the end of my quarters. That was the end of my quarters. I'm out of money. You know what that means. Just reload a save, bro. The easy way to gamble. I don't know how to gamble it. Well. Anyways, yeah, so those you wouldn't download a bear, those kinds of information. Turns out the font they used might have been actually stolen, which is hilarious. was a fun article from Ars Technica, but I actually found some guy called Rib on the Fetty post about it 3 days before Ars Technica wrote about it. And Rib was the source in the article, so there you go. The Fetty is today's news yesterday. What's his instance? It's rib.fetty.gay. That's his URL. Stolen font and stolen music. Oh, is the music stolen as well? No, really? That's insane if the music's stolen. Okay, well, I'm out of money again. Yeah, I'll just keep playing until the hour, why not? Look it up. Also, someone apparently says that the castle, the infamous castle in this game that has absolutely nothing in it, actually opens up when you hit 999,000 gold, which is a bit more than the devil part, I'll tell you that. So maybe someone will vet that for me, because that is not at all in the stream. But getting 777s would be nice. I don't think there's one for that. There you go, missing content. Anti-piracy advert music was stolen. Oh my goodness. The font was stolen, the music was stolen. Nothing is sacred with these guys. I think there's actually a trick for this. I'm sort of mashing the X button. But I think once you get like 2 in a row, you should be able to sort of predict the reel, right? Like it's gonna roll like this and you hit X. Oh yeah, you gotta hit X at the right time to sort of like double slow it down. I get it, I see. Well, I don't see here, but hold on. We need to win something in this casino. This you gotta do it. I can't believe they stole the music, man. Okay. We got this. Alright. So I'll slow down. Okay, I hit X ages ago. I just sort of slow down whenever. Am I getting this right? Okay. Traffic cone. Ah! Come on! Can't predict this one though, because it's off screen. There are a lot of Japanese games with slot machines, aren't there? You could just literally have the slot machine taken out if you're worried about the age rating. It's so late game, it really doesn't matter, does it? I did it, we're back in the game. Well, not back in the game, I made less than what I've paid. How come me randomly mashing X was working, like, earlier? And then it's like, yeah, nah. Maybe the game's going easy on me. Who knows? Yeah, other than that. Any last minute hacker news articles or something that I had lingering around? Oh, snap! Actually back in the game. Alright, save because I have more money now. Remember, if you stop that, that would be one game. Exactly! Yeah, 90% of gamblers quit before they make it big. The stream doesn't end until we hit a jackpot. I had the 3 flags which at least got me more money than when I started for a moment there. I mean, if you get, like, any of the other ones above that, you're doing okay. Well, 5,000 gold is like, hey, you could probably win a race at this point. But, like, 50,000? That's a lot of races, man. I don't think I earned that much even across the entire game. There you go. There's a bit more money. There's a bit more. We're getting there. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. We will buy these parts from that mysterious shop. No, that is 666,000. That is indeed multiple jackpots worth. It's the engine that's 66,000. The tires are 666,000. Yeah, this is certainly not at this straight thing. No, it's fine. It's fine. We just need to wing the jackpots. Think about it, there is no realistic way to make this money unless you do the jackpots. 4 hours stream. No, we'll find some last minute things to mention and then call it quits. I like how that just happened right away. Dude, a kid would actually grind this, I tell ya. Kids would develop gambling addictions off video games, I tell ya. They already do now. Case openings, you know, I like your Val, but holy crap, case openings are such an epidemic. It's serious, it's such a weird, like, state of play that... Oh yeah, we did a lot in those games anyways, like... I guess the thing is that, like, kids need to sort of know where the game stops and reality begins, and reality... I mean, the easy thing to always say is, how do casinos make their money? They have very nice venues, they have, you know, very well-paid staff, they have money to buy more machines and fix things, so obviously, more people leave the casino with less money than when they entered. Maybe some people do leave with more. You probably know what happens when more hatch a slot game at some point, maybe. I like how my luck's actually doing okay now. It's like, oh look. Now we're at 12,000. I just want that 100,000, dang it. Oh, I was like, 10,000 would be okay, but nah. Yeah, I think I'd be at this for maybe a couple of hours at this point. Hold on, are you ready for the emulator fast forward, like, feeling? This is the Retro Achievements experience. You hold down fast forward and you go... You know what I mean? There are so many sets on Retro Achievements where, like, things boil down to this. You're fast forwarding. You're just going, eventually it'll work. Eventually it'll be fine. But you know it won't be fine. Your life is in shambles. You're just gambling constantly. Oh yeah, this is 100% justified. Although for some odd reason my luck is not working out right now. So unless I somehow end up with like 777s in like a couple of seconds. I don't know. I would have thought that would have been hilarious timing had it not, but... I'm in the future. We can play games at 80 times speed. I'm not sure how much faster this is going, but it's definitely... probably only a few times faster. Probably even better if you bound the X to a turbo. Hold on, I do have a turbo button. Oh, I can do this. Nope. Oh, I thought I had turbo as a functionality on my controller. Never mind. Well, I lost all the money. I lost it all. We'll go back here. I wanna see if we can get the jackpot. before the hour, before the half hour. So, but that is true. One has frame skip and the other doesn't. I should probably save after that, especially. I think you have to mash the button fast enough. I don't think it rewards you if you're not mashing it quickly enough. Someone is probably going to decompile this game and go, like, in 50 million years and go, ah, Choro Q's logic is so cursed. They reward players for just mashing the X button. Because seriously, if I stop fast forwarding and I just start mashing X really quickly, hold on, I would just continue mashing X. Is the secret just to mash X? I'm doing my my patented double finger approach to mashing the X button where you go in repeatedly. Pro tip, by the way, if you're ever doing a button mashing game and you get your fingers tired, learn how to like alternate. Remember the Expo on the 1,000-year door lottery? Oh, I guess someone did reverse that one, didn't they? Yeah. Big bucks, no whammy. Big bucks, no whammy. I got the whammy. Dang it. Oh well. Other than that, yeah, I don't think there's really any other big news I've got, so life's chill, life's quiet. You know, after all the chaos that was over the Easter break and the Anzac break. Yeah. I think that's it. I gotta experiment more with porting all of my home lab setup into LXC containers instead of Docker containers, so a remake of Amazon. Oh, I did see that actually, yes. I did see that, yeah. Other than that, I think we're good. I don't know, I'm sort of doing this as a joke, but I don't think we're getting the jackpot. My luck's running out. Oh. Not preemptively exiting just yet. It's not like there's other slot machines to develop better luck on. Yeah. Alright. Never getting these 7s. Alright, I think that's it. So, with that, I would like to thank you all so very, very much for watching me gamble. If you enjoyed the gambling or you didn't enjoy it, that's okay. You can follow on Twitch every 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Are we in Standard? Yeah, we're on Standard now. On Mondays. We'll be back for probably Dragon Quest 3 next week. But yeah, no, that's basically the entirety of Choro Q2. Exercise to the viewer. See how amazing the devil parts are, because they are hilarious. And yeah, well, I guess both of you probably watched the whole stream, but if you miss parts of this or any other stream, it's all on YouTube. And of course, always follow on the Fetty, so that's always there. Dragon Quest 3 hype. Couldn't you manipulate the game memory through the... Well, you can. You can. I always play games with the Retro Achievements hardcore mode on, so I actually don't have like cheats and save states and stuff enabled. But maybe. But nah, just look it up. You'll find the parts externally. So yeah, stay safe, eat your greens, don't stay up too late, and yeah, don't have much to say. Peace.